Scott, talk to me. Scott, talk to me, please.
And the Roughnecks come to town looking to avenge a home loss to the Republic last month in Tulsa. Meanwhile, Sacramento hopes to finally snap this 6-match winless streak against a very squad in which they last won, picked up 3 points. Good evening, everybody. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Tonight's match brought to you by UC Davis Health. The Republic have won all 4 matches against Tulsa dating back to 2015, but goals have been difficult to come by. A 4-0 win in the U.S. Open Cup on Wednesday was one thing, Kevin, but can Sacramento use that as a stepping stone to pick up not only a win here tonight, but maybe score some goals as well?
The proverbial monkey is off the Republic's back. However, this is an Open Cup game they played in last Wednesday. Tonight's a USL League game. Different story, different setting. Republic need to get 3 points tonight to make themselves, makes the summer a little bit easier for them.
Well, they're going to have to keep track of one key player tonight. Let's take a look at our consolidated communications key matchup, and we begin with Tulsa and Juan Pablo Caffa. 2 goals, 2 assists already for Caffa.
One of those players that's really deadly and dangerous when the ball's at his feet. Sacramento need to figure out a way to deny entry passes into him and get on him tight so he doesn't have time to get his head up and play passes.
And for Sacramento, Sammy Ochoa, former Tulsa striker, now the Republic here in 2017, 3 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah, didn't get on the score sheet on Wednesday night. Would have loved to see him do that. Still has opportunity tonight. Going to be a really important player for Sacramento to get a goal tonight.
Well, let's take a look at our UC Davis Health injury report, and it's tough to still see Adam Moffat's name on there with that groin injury.
Yeah, I think a guy that the Republic have sorely missed over the last couple weeks. Could have used his leadership and his veteran savviness out on the pitch.
And the reason Buckle attributes some of this scoreless streak is to Adam Moffat being out 532 minutes now without a goal, Kevin. A little concerning. However, you look at some of the positives on this. Sacramento's outscored Tulsa in this series 12 goals to 3.
Yeah, Sacramento's dominated this rivalry for the last couple of years, but really at the end of the day, all that out the window. Really important match for Sacramento tonight. Can't stress that enough. They need to go out there and perform and get points.
Well, it's a warm night here in the capital city. We've got the Roughnecks in town taking on the Republic in Sacramento. It's right here on the CW31 starting lineups coming up next.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice, restore sight to those who otherwise would not see, empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis Health System.
Every truck guy has their own way of conveying powerful.
Yeah, boy.
Kinda looks like a monster coming to eat you. Holy smokes.
That is awesome. Strong.
You got the basic and you got the beefy.
I just think it looks mean.
Incredible.
No way. Getting goosebumps.
It's the Chevy Memorial Day sales event. Find your tag and get over $9,300 total value on select Silverado crew cabs when you finance with GM Financial. See your greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
Murphy's Law says if you have ingredients for chaos, chaos will happen. Papa Murphy's Law says if you have a pizza made right in front of you with ingredients like scratch-made dough and fresh-grated real mozzarella, peace will reign at dinner time. Murphy's Law of, uh-oh. Papa Murphy's Law of, oh yes. Tonight, home bake a large Papa's all-meat pizza, just $10. Papa Murphy's.
días de lo bueno.
Bethany, ¿por qué estás aquí?
He regresado.
Te dije que nunca volvieras.
Sí, pero he regresado.
What's going on here?
Bethany Ken always wanted to be in a telenovela, but they don't speak Spanish.
So we have to interpret for them when Good Day is over.
That's kind of weird.
Watch Good Day in Spanish using the SAP function on your TV.
Que nunca volvieras.
Sí, pero he regresado.
And welcome back into Papa Murphy's Park alongside Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister. The Sacramento Republic taking on the Roughnecks from Tulsa. And we are just about underway here in the capital city. A warm night, 90+ degrees here during the day. The shade now over the field, so we started a cool down here as the breeze now just hopes to kick in a little bit to make things better here. The U.S. Bank starting lineups. Taking a look first at Tulsa here. We've got Ian Svensson up top, and the whistle has blown from Victor Rivas, and we are underway. And he'll go alongside Kafa, Calistri, Guy, Rivas, Bourgeois in the midfield, and then Kosuke, Ugarte, Jodema, Corrales, and Cerda in the goal box for Tulsa. We'll get to Sacramento here as the ball's out of play. Sacramento up top making a change. Harry Williams getting the start after impressive performance on Wednesday where he scored 2 goals in the first half of play. He'll be up top with Sammy Ochoa tonight. And then on the wings will be James Kiffey and Elliot Horde. Danny Brewer, Augustine Caceres, and Jeremy Hall round out the midfield. Julius James, Chris Christian, Emra Clemente, and Dominic Jacobak back in the box for Sacramento. Sacramento employing a 3-5-2 here tonight. And Kevin, what have you seen from that formation for Sacramento that you've really enjoyed? I guess really saw in U.S. Open Cup, but a hard tackle here as Emra Clemente goes down. What did you see that Paul Puckle put together that seems to be working for the Republic?
Yeah, I think that the difference that we've seen, the main difference at least, it looks like Sacramento's just much more dangerous going forward. They have more options and more opportunities to go, whether it's through the middle of the park or from the outside serving balls in the box. It just opens things up offensively for Sacramento, and Paul Buckles really like seeing what his club can do in this 3-5-2. So I imagine, so far we stuck with it with 2.5 games. It's worked well so far for the Republic.
All right, Sacramento in currently 11th place in the Western Conference with 10 points. Tulsa just above in 7th place, but with 12 points on the season. And if you look, it seems that there's really some tough times in Republic land as of late here. But if you look in terms of where they stand in points, they're just 3 points behind 3rd place in the Sounders too.
Yeah, all things considered, we're not in the worst place to be. Still early in the season, probably have a couple games in hand as well, which isn't great, but still, I think no one needs to hit the panic button yet. Come out here today, play well, start performing, and start picking up points, and you can't drop points. It just makes things all the much tighter once summer hits and once fall approaches, where you don't have that little leeway in terms of points to give up. So it's just going to be important here for Sacramento to get off on the right foot and get some momentum going.
Sacramento finished 1st place a season ago, trying to work their way back up. It's been the Real Monarchs in San Antonio who have dominated the Western Conference here in the first 9 games. Sacramento picked as one of the favorites to finish the season at the top of the standings, but they've got their work cut out for them as a scoreless drought has matched now 6 games and 532 minutes and not a single win in that series. 0-5-1 during that same time span, as Tulsa now looking to move into the final third for the first time this evening here. A warm night in Sacramento. Here's Elliot Horde on the wing. His play has been fantastic, and a big reason Paul Buckle has gone to that 3-5-2 is the play of Elliot Horde on that right side. He said his play has forced his hand, in a sense, Kevin, to look at this formation and see whether they can get some goals out of it.
Yeah, Elliott's done a really good job. We saw it last week, Wednesday night in the Open Cup game, had 2 great assists to Harry Williams, almost carbon copy-esque, with both of them coming from this right side, served in the box to Harry Williams. So, expect him to continue to get forward, bomb forward, get crosses in the box, and that's what he's going to be asked to do tonight.
All right, let's take a look at your Chevy keys to the match. Fairly simple, Kevin.
Simple, simple, simple. It's goals, goals, goals. Come out here, you got to perform, you got to get goals, and if you're a forward or if you're on the attacking third, a situation presents itself and you have an opportunity to score, you got to put the thing in the back of the net and keep going and continue to press. So I want to see that tonight from Sacramento. Defensively, still need to stay strong. Yes, I think they played really well defensively the last 5 or 6 games, but you got to score goals to win games, Rob.
We'll see the physical strength of Sammy Ochoa tonight. Will be interesting to see whether he can impose his strength in the midfield. You've got Harry Williams with some pace, and Harry Williams, 11 appearances, four goals a season ago. Has got a single goal this season, but making his first start for the Republic in USL play here tonight. And I know that you liked what you saw on Wednesday when he picked up 2 goals. Coach Buckle, though, thought he could play even better than what he saw on Wednesday night.
Yeah, Harry looked pretty dynamic. I thought he did a good job getting himself in the box, making good runs when the balls are whipped out and served out wide, which is a good asset for a striker to have. But I think he can do a little bit better with his link-up play, connect more with Sammy Ochoa, Danny Barrera, and hold the ball better. We get a good look at it right there. He's got to hold the ball up and be a strong central forward in order to really kind of round out his game.
Well, he is battling with number 27, Kosuke Kimura, who's 33 years of age in Japan, a lot of experience in MLS play. I mean, if you're going to learn something here tonight, it's going to be against Kosuke, former MLS and NASL defender, nearly a bad giveaway from Sacramento here. But first Japanese-born player to play in the MLS. I know you played against Kosuke. What kind of trouble can he bring the Republic tonight?
He just brings energy. He's nonstop, 90 minutes of energy getting up and down that right flank. Something that I think James Kiffey as well as Chris Christian have to deal with. And make sure that you're tracking him as he is coming up. Just know where he is as that delayed run almost happens. It's a chance here.
And Corrales can't hold on to it, and it'll be a throw for Sacramento. And Rivas will get it back to the spot near the Tulsa bench, as it was a little bit of a sly move to try to get Ochoa to throw it in quickly and forward. And Sacramento has been plagued by turnovers, Kevin. This streak without a win has been doomed by Sacramento's near sloppy play, really in the midfield, trying to connect with the strikers up top, and it's given a lot of chances for Tulsa and other clubs to try to take advantage of it. Can the Roughnecks do it tonight? That will be the big question moving forward.
And that's really what I think a lot of teams have had success when they come in here to Papa Murphy's Park is waiting back, sitting back, waiting for Sacramento to make a mistake, turn the ball over and counter and go. So, I mean, those are the situations that Sacramento's unable to do that and keep the ball and play simply and play crisply. It allows a lot of teams that come in here to have success on those counterattacks. So Sacramento needs to take care of the ball a little bit better, be crisper, be sharper, and be more mentally with it through the course of this 90 minutes. It's so easy to kind of lose your way as these matches progress, especially when you start to get fatigued. We had a game midweek. We haven't even talked about that yet, Rob, and how that's going to affect the guys. A lot of the players here are getting 60, 80 minutes of run Wednesday night, but really mentally have to be sharper and more with it for the entire length of this match.
Well, and you talk about that Wednesday night match against Anahuac in the second round of the U.S. Open Cup match, which Sacramento ended up winning 4-0. It was good to see goals from all the Englishmen. It seems to be on the Sacramento side of things. But Paul Buckle said he learned a lesson last year. He was giving guys who didn't get a lot of run, open time. They ended up falling to Kitsap Pumas, and he said not again this year. Is now Tulsa's on the break. Moving forward is Kaffa with a good cross in the middle of the field, a shot on goal, and now the Tulsa Roughnecks have scored in the 8th minute, and it's Calistri with his 4th goal on the season, and that's the fastest goal an opponent has scored here at Papa Murphy's Park all season, and it comes in the 8th minute of play.
I tell you what, that's the product of that 3-5-2 that Sacramento's playing. You have both Elliot Horde, Julius James, and Emerald Clementa right now talking to each other, asking each other what just happened. How did we let Kaffa get wide open, get in behind us, and stretch us so much? So it's something that I think the product of the 3-5-2, these guys need to organize this quickly. But take nothing away from Tulsa right now. Kaffa does a great job, gets himself, pushes forward, takes the ball, drives deep into Sacramento's back defensive third, serves a good ball across the box for Calistri, just a simple tap in. And once again, Sacramento facing a big hill to climb early in this first half.
That's the 4th goal given up with Dominic Jacobek in the box. Sacramento averaging just 1 goal against. So defensively, they've been very sharp as Emerald Clementa tries to move it forward. But Kaffa, absolutely brilliant on the ball, sends a perfectly weighted cross, and Calistri was waiting for it. And 2 very good players connecting there for Tulsa on the road. They've got a goal. Here's a nice cross from Ochoa, broken up, is waiting for it was Augustine Caceres.
It's a great response though from Sacramento. They're already in that attacking third, already serving balls in the box. Love to see that from teams when you concede. How are the next 5 minutes? How do you react? And I like the energy so far. We're only a minute or so into this, but great job and great response for the Sacramento Republic right now.
Well, here's the first corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Coming up, here's Danny Barrera, the left-footed striker. Look for an in-swinger here. Chris Christian on the move. Good headed opportunity for Julius James. Still in play for Emmer Clementa and the Republic. Looking for a handball, won't get it. Still dangerous play for Tulsa. They finally clear it away. And Sacramento right back in the attack as they have not let up an inch since giving up that goal just about a minute and a half ago.
That's a penalty. That's a really good shout for a penalty Sacramento had right there. As Tulsa's going up to try to win the ball in the air, misplays it. Another giveaway here by Christian. Misplays it, bounces right up into the guy's arms, into Tulsa's arms. So lucky and fortunate for Tulsa not to concede the penalty right there. And a great ball in by Danny Barrera, by the way. Wonderful, whipped in, good pace on it, right over that front defender. Drops it in, kind of right on the 6-yard box. Runs were there, need to be a little bit sharper maybe.
Sacramento leads the USL in crosses, and this is an opportunity for Sacramento. Do you think that they'd be right there? But when it comes to conversion, they're right along the league average. They just have not been able to find the net, and Coach Buckle said he's not been unhappy with their play. He just says, we've just missed. We've had good opportunities in front of the net, but not able to convert when it matters most. And Kevin, the way you see it, we've been watching these games now 7 straight here, and Sacramento has yet to put one in the net in USL play, that is. What has been the problem? Why hasn't the Republic been able to convert when they've gotten good looks in front of the box?
You know, once again, the million-dollar question, right? Why haven't they been able to score goals? And, you know, that's we talk about all the time. That's what managers get paid to sort out. But really, I think after talking to Paul and talking to some of the players, they're playing well. They're getting themselves good chances. They're getting themselves moving the ball side to side, getting up in the attacking third, and doing well to create chances. Just not finishing the chances right now, which has been the big issue.
Seven Tesson, handball, seeking it was the Republic. They won't get it. Seven Tesson loses his boot, and so Republic, now the slide advantage. Can they move forward and make something out of it? Here's Kiffey looking for Hall. Hall steps up into the midfield. Augustine Caceres.
Going back to what you're talking about, Rob. If Sacramento isn't creating these chances and putting themselves in good positions, another giveaway, a good chance for Tulsa to break. If Sacramento wasn't creating the chances, the Republic weren't getting themselves in good positions, it'd be a completely different conversation, and you talk about a completely different solution for this. But I feel like for the most part over the last 6 games, the aggregate, I think the teams performed well, built out of the back well, side to side well. Could things be better? Yes, but you can say that about any team at any point in any season. So really, I think the question is it comes down to being a professional and doing your job. You know, if you're a striker, you're tasked to score goals. And if you miss chances consistently, then sooner or later you're either going to lose your job or you're going to be asked to move on. So, I mean, it really comes down to, I think, individual efforts and individual battles during the course of this game, especially if you're a striker. A lot of tension's being put on these strikers because they're not scoring goals. But I tell you what, tonight, if you got a chance and something's a ball's bouncing in front of you, you don't smash it in the back of the net, you got to ask yourself, what am I doing out here?
Yeah, there's a very talented striker bunch. Trevin Caesar came from Orange County Blues. You got Wilson Nisha. He's got a pair of goals on the season. Sammy Ochoa, Tulsa's league leader in goals scored the last couple of seasons. He's come over. And along with Harry Williams, there's 4 very good, talented strikers with opportunities. Good weighted ball from Calistri, finding Kaffa. Augustine Caceres got to get back. Good looking cross here again. Svensson almost with a good look, and Sacramento able to get free without a shot on goal, and now Ugarte is going to be able to track it down and keep the possession for Tulsa.
Yeah, another product of that 3-5-2 is once again Tulsa's coming back down, using those channels, those flanks right in behind the back 4 for Sacramento. Seem to be, that's the 3-5-2 weakness spot back there.
Very precise, quick touches from Tulsa early on. It's paid off with an early goal. And a whistle blows a foul out on the open field. We'll enter to win our Papa Murphy's Pizza and Gear for a year, and you can be eating well and looking good while you do it. Winner will receive gift cards from the SRFC team, store and free pizza from Papa Murphy's for an entire year into the sweepstakes at SacRepublicFC.com. First set piece coming up, and Juan Pablo Caffa, number 10, 32-year-old Argentine, a brilliant player, Kevin. What a great get for Tulsa this season. They nearly cleaned out the entire roster. A new coach came in, and they've got quite a talented bunch here. Left-footed strike. This one's into there, and it's Dominic Jokabek to go up and get it.
It's well done by Dom. Comes out there, navigates some traffic. Not the best ball to Jeremy Hall. Bounced in at his knee, though. Jeremy does a good job to control it and see if Sacramento can build out here and retain possession a little bit.
Tulsa early on looks poised, and they look decisive. And I think that Sacramento is something that they've lacked a little bit during this winless streak. how do they get that back? And here's a team that seems to be playing well. Tulsa's playing their best football of the season.
Yeah, I kind of like what I like to look at. What's the belief? How are the guys doing?
Sammy Ochoa trying to thread it to Harry Williams. Republic retain control.
You know, what's the belief? Are you guys getting in situations and believing that they're going to succeed, or believing that they're going to perform their best and beat their matchup individually? So, I mean, I think the belief could be a little bit better, and the confidence, the conviction that the guys have when going forward could be a little bit sharper and a little bit better.
Tulsa.
Or even situations like this, tackles with Gemmerklump coming in, and go with conviction. Don't go halfway. If you start going halfway, you're going to be beat 100% of the time.
Paris Gate.
And that's what I think, you know, maybe one thing that I've noticed too is we talk about like being proactive, being reactive. I think when it comes down is, you know, do you guys have convictions with the decisions that they're making? Are they doing it with the belief that they're doing the right thing and they're confident with it? Are they going to go win a tackle, or are they not sure they're going to win a tackle? Are they going to go, or they know they're going to take someone on one-on-one and beat them and get their cross in, or they have some sort of doubt in their mind? It's kind of a belief system. Once you have that confidence, sky's the limit, and teams always end up performing better.
Foul called on Ochoa, holding Bourgeois. And Bourgeois and Ochoa, that's going to be a good battle to watch. 22 and 13 on your screen here. And two guys with some similar height, and they battled well in Tulsa early in April. And we'll see it again here tonight with Bourgeois now playing that defensive mid role for Tulsa.
Yeah, and that's the spot that Sammy Ochoa likes to find himself in, kind of that withdrawn striker, pulling back to goal. Always going to be floating right into Bourgeois' space.
Good challenge by Amber Clementa, able to poke it free, and Danny Barrera with a quick touch to Elliot Horde. Can Republic break? Sammy Ochoa trying to track it down. Pillows it down and going to settle things here. As Kiffey now to the left side, and Kiffey just can't hang on to it.
A good ball by Jeremy Hall too, right into leading James Kiffey, allowing him to go forward, just a bad first touch. But I love those balls from the holding midfielders, spraying the balls, getting them wide quickly, skipping guys out.
Kosuke can't hang on there. There's a rare turnover early in this game. It's 15+ minutes gone by for Tulsa. But this left side seems to be the trouble point for Sacramento, as you've got Calistri and Kaffa both playing well, but now it's Sacramento. Here's Emer Clementa playing way up from his right back position. Elliot Horde, strong cross in, looking for Harry Williams, and Harry Williams sprays it too high.
Yeah,
Good
well
luck,
done,
though, Kevin.
Well done. We saw that 2 or 3 times on Wednesday night, the connection between Elliot Horde and Harry Williams. Harry kind of has a little delayed run right there. The ball's pulled towards the top of the box, towards the 18. And you have Harry Williams kind of taking on the half volley right there and just can't get his knee over the ball, sails over for a goal kick. But still, good run. Like seeing guys, Sacramento, get themselves on the end of those crosses, whether you're finding target or not. And that's a pretty difficult piece of skill right there for Harry Williams to bring that thing down and put it underneath the crossbar or on target. But still, I think optimistically speaking, like seeing Harry Williams in that position, like seeing Elliot Horde high on that side, that right side, and whipping balls in the box.
We haven't mentioned it, but the goalkeeper tonight for Tulsa is Fabian Cerda. Played Chile before signing with Tulsa, making his 5th appearance, 2 clean sheets on the year. 28-year-old, and a foul is called out in the midfield. Free kick coming up for Sacramento. The 28 Chilean, very good at sending balls out of the box and getting Tulsa out on the counter and into the break. So Sacramento will have to keep an eye on that. He prefers that left side where Calistri and Kaffa play. So now it's the Republic's turn. They played well in the response to that early goal by the Roughnecks. Elliot Horde trying to thread it through Corrales, and now it's Harry Williams with some trickery of his own. Good weighted ball, just a little too strong. As James Kiffey late to arrive, and it can't find Sammy Ochoa at his back to goal. Jeremy Hall, great shoulder-to-shoulder play, and that's a tough whistle there. And Victor Rivas is going to call over Jeremy Hall and explain the infraction, Kevin. And that one's a hard one to swallow.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Jeremy Hall does a good job doing his job right there, being that holding midfielder, coming out, trying to break the counterattack, slow it down, ends up winning the ball. Maybe uses a little bit too much of his body there.
Nike, an official sponsor of U.S. Soccer in the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. So Calistri with his 4th goal on the season, sending it back to Cerda. Ball sent up. Svensson able to get back behind the line of James, Christian, and Clementa. Defensively, this team has played well, giving up only a goal a game, Kevin. the back line and the keepers, whether it be Evan Newton or Dominic Jakubek, have kept the Republic in these matches.
Yeah, I think defensively Sacramento's done a really good job. They've looked good, haven't really given up too many chances, stretching themselves, allowing other teams to get in behind and find that gap behind them over the last 4 or 5 weeks. But still, at the end of the day, it's unfortunate to not get results when you're giving up less than a goal a game and have more points and dropping the amount of points that they've had.
Possession moving forward. You like what you see from Sacramento so far? They've worked well from the right side here.
So far, I think it's positive movement, positive ball movement going forward. A lot of passes going, towards the attacking goal.
Here's an opportunity. A quick touch, Sammy Ochoa on the end from Danny Barrera. So Ochoa just couldn't get there. Ochoa looking for his 4th goal on this season. Has a couple of good looks. Here's James Kiffey now. Agustin Caceres, who's been so solid in 2017, has earned that spot in the starting 11. Look at the through ball here to Danny Barrera with the left foot. Poked away at the last moment. Taken down inside the box. No whistle blown. Here's Elliot Hoare. Keeps it on the grass. Looking for Harry Williams. Just could not convert in Sacramento. Again, comes up empty-handed, and now it's Tulsa looking to break free. Lazy play by Clemente. Plays for it. It's Calistri. And Calistri able to pick up the foul.
Clemente's got to get stuck in a little bit there, stronger right there. There's no reason if you're going to go in that much space in front of you to go and tack the ball. He needs to win that. Even going back, it's a great tackle by Tulsa on top of the box on Danny Barrera. Danny Barrera has a great first touch, opened himself up for his left foot. Saving tackle might have been by Bourgeois again. Zemmer's getting a little talking to for a little late pull and grab.
Seen a lot of conversation from Rivas to a couple of players on both sides tonight. He's really setting the tone early here for both teams.
Yeah, right. Rivas is a very active official. Likes to get involved with the players. Likes to have discussions with them.
Collision there with Guy. Agustin Caceres, Republic. And there's a ball won by Agustin Caceres in the Republic. Some of the small things that a lot of fans maybe not always notice. Augie does such a great job of winning balls.
I mean, the small things are such a big piece of the puzzle when you add everything up towards the end of a match. And it's second balls, it's little things like Augie winning that challenge or Emmer winning that challenge a second ago. And those are situations, I think, that just kind of, through the course of the game, adds up to a lot, doing the little things and doing the little things right.
Agustin Caceres, here he is. Plenty of room, plenty of space, just a little too heavy for Danny Barrera, who wasn't expecting it.
Jeremy, well done. Second balls, picking him up, keeping the attack going.
Jeremy Hall looking, thinks about it, passes on it. On to Barrera, now to Hoare. Hoare had 2 assists in the U.S. Open play. Agustin Caceres has nowhere to go, as Tulsa is just sucked in a little bit, and the crowd getting restless.
No, it's totally fine. Be patient. If you don't like the pass or you don't like the, and that's just silly right there. But going back to Augie, Augie's not going to go out there and slice and dice back fours. He's not going to be the guy that's going to thread the perfect pass with the perfect weight. And I like the decision by Augustine there to slow things down, bring it back, no rush, no pressure, be patient. And unfortunate for Augie, Julius James with a silly turnover. And Sacramento does a good job to win it back.
Augie wins the ball again.
But this is where that position where Augustine just was, I mean, that's where Sacramento needs to have a little more creativity. And you want Danny Barrera on the ball in those situations. He needs to find himself in that little gap in front of that back four, behind the holding midfielder, Bourgeois, and get himself on the ball, square up, and link up with the Harry Williams or link up with the Sammy Ochoa, and get yourself in the box. That's the guy you want on the ball in those situations.
For Sacramento, you're going against a Tulsa team who plays at a AA park, the Drillers' home in Tulsa, and usually playing very compact, shorter field, end-to-end. It's shorter. It's also onside from the touch lines. It's shorter, and a foul called against James.
Silly foul at Julius James. He's going nowhere there. Just be patient.
So with Tulsa playing in a full pitch this time, there was opportunities for Sacramento to spread it out a little bit. How does that compare? We see with NYCFC playing at the Yankee Stadium. What kind of challenges is this one's lofted high? Chris Christian's going to have to get to it. Thankfully, Stevenson just a tad late, and so Sacramento able to catch free of that one. But as you see, what are the opportunities that Sacramento can take advantage of?
Well, you see it with these teams that play on these smaller, narrow pitches. They kind of become accustomed to playing in tight spaces and do a good job of working their way out of tight spaces and tight situations with the ball, which is nice and a good quality to have. But, you know, you're playing on that little pinball type pitch in Tulsa. You're not usually typically able or want to spread things as much as you should. So Sacramento should have a bit of an advantage here obviously playing at home and playing on a size pitch that they're used to.
Bourgeois a little unmatched here. Augustine Caceres stepping into space, trying to flip it over to Harry Williams. Can't find him, and now it's Tulsa again.
The same thing
Good tackle here by Christian.
Same thing again. You want Danny Barrera making that run, not Augustine Caceres in that situation. Danny needs to find himself higher up the pitch with the ball at his feet. In Sacramento, you got to get more creative with things. As it's a tough challenge here, Harry Williams.
Sacramento has owned the possession here, but not able to find himself in the scoreboard. Here's Rivas off to the right side. It's Guy. Guy, a sliding tackle from Christian. Guy misses it, finds out a play. So Sacramento's defense comes up big again on another deadly attack from Tulsa.
Yeah, a little concerning here. 25 minutes in this match, and how many times I think Tulsa's found a lot of space in behind Sacramento. The back three need to shore things up more. You need to have more communication with Christian, as well as Julius James back there specifically. I think those two guys need to communicate more, talk more, and make sure you got your guys like James Kiffey and Elliot Hoare tracking back a little bit more, or maybe even having Augustine Caceres or Jeremy Hall step out and slow the play down if they can. Starts with communication, though.
First Chick-fil-A corner kick for Tulsa. Kaffa lofts it in, headed there, out of the area. Hoare sending it forward, and we'll just send it out into space.
Yeah, Elliot could have kept the ball there.
So while Sacramento has owned the possession, Kevin, they've been in the attacking third. You've seen great counterattacks from Tulsa, and led by Kaffa, Calistri, and Saventison out front. Those three you've got to keep an eye on.
Yeah, once you start possessing the ball a lot, moving the ball in that attacking third, as much as you start to lose track of a lot of players.
Sent out forward for Victor Rivas, the former Republic player, spent 2 seasons in Sacramento. Has held his spot in the midfield here for the Tulsa Roughnecks. Rivas making his 8th appearance, has 1 assist on the year.
You know, I think when it boils down to really, you start to come a bit lackadaisical when that ball is in that final third as much as it is right here, but still the back four have to communicate and talk. It's easy to lose track of things and fall asleep, but that's their job to organize.
Here's Kaffa, who plays all over the field, sends it in with his left foot.
It's well done by Jeremy Hall.
James Kiffey, lucky that one went out of play. You can follow live stats and more via Twitter through the club's Twitter handle at Sac Republic FC or hashtag SACVTUL. Sac versus Tulsa here tonight. Danny Barrera, 9 assists a season ago, just 1 here in the 2017 season. And we know Paul Buckle looks at numbers and such, but wants to see where guys' heat chart is, where are they playing, where are they making the moves, where are they attacking forward. Sacramento has shown they can do it, they just haven't got the result.
Yeah, one of the big stats that Paul likes and the Republic staff like is, you know, how many passes are they completing through the course of a match.
Barrera can't keep it at his feet. Ochoa can't get to it. Ugarte still toying with it. Ochoa not giving up on there as Ugarte falls to the turf, and the whistle is blown. And we may have a substitution already for Sacramento, as Trevin Caesar has come to midfield at check-in with the 4th official. And the 28 minutes gone by here. Sacramento trailing by a goal. Kaffa to Calistri, who picked up his 4th goal in the USL season for Tulsa. Sacramento giving up its earliest goal at home here at Papa Murphy's Park. No other team has scored before the 15th minute mark. Republic have been relatively good at the first 45 as well, at keeping teams scoreless. Really the last 3 or 4 plus seasons here at Papa Murphy's Park.
Just stale movement right now for Sacramento. A lot of guys, it looks like they're going through the motions.
Well, here's Harry Williams trying to find a little bit of area. Gets into the area. Here's Samuel Cho, loses it. Danny Barrera! He rattles in! A deflection! Sacramento will take it, and it's all locked at 1 in the 29th minute mark here in Papa Murphy's Park.
just as I'm talking about these guys going through the motions and stale runs, yada, 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 Harry Williams, wonderful job, takes the ball, gets his head down, goes into the box, finds Sammy Ochoa, fortunate deflection back to Danny Barrera. Danny Barrera, good shot, on target, deflection, ball's in the back of the net. I love the reaction from Sacramento. Everyone's kind of grouping together here. The players are grabbing each other and saying, let's go, let's go. Keep this momentum going and continue to play well.
Well, that also just meant Trevin Caesar will not be coming into the game, so whoever was likely to come out has just kept their space for quite a bit longer. We talked about this off the air, Kevin, who said, don't be surprised if you see Trevin Caesar coming early. Paul was very excited for what he saw from Trevin Caesar as a foul was called in the middle of the park during that U.S. Open Cup match. Said it was his best run of play since joining the Republic. He was aggressive, moved forward, and attacked the goal every time he touched the ball.
Yeah, I think it was a tough decision here for Paul today. Samurai got to be better with that entry pass.
Which it should be, right?
Right, totally. It needs to be, and you need to have competition. You need to have tough decisions, managers do. But really, I think it was a tough one for, it's another bad giveaway. The hold up play's got to be a little better. But yeah, Sammy Ochoa looked dynamic Wednesday night. Didn't get a goal at a couple really good opportunities, but what I really liked about what Sammy Ochoa was doing is reaction after those misses. He was pounding his fist on the pavement. Excuse me, Trevin Caesar. Okay. Pounding his fist on the grass when he misses a chance. Shows the passion, shows he cares. And I love that reaction from Trevin Caesar.
Good ball won there by Everett Clementa as Svensson is called for the foul. And here's a good ball set up forward. In stride, Harry Williams into the area goes. Shot on goal, and it's saved by Fabian Cerda.
Yeah, good run there by Harry Williams. Just peeling off, finding a little bit of a gap, a little bit of seam. Would it take something special to beat Cerda there on Harry Williams' weaker left foot, but like the run. And good to see him get himself in that 18-yard box.
How's the energy right here in Papa Murphy's Park right now, Kevin? It's a good feeling.
It's great. You gotta roll off of it. You gotta keep the foot on the gas and keep going, keep pushing the ball forward, and use these shifts in momentum, the shifts in the energy in the game. You gotta use them to your advantage. Like ebbs and flows through the course of the game. And can you capitalize? God, just entry passes have been terrible.
Sacramento giving one up here. Victor Rivas poked free by Emra Clementa. Those two battled for 2 years together. Clementa wins this one. Danny Barrera, the left-footed star from Southern California, hard cross in, other side to Kippy. Kippy's deep in the area. Looking to his left foot, will chop on it. It's out, Sammy Ochoa! Sacramento down by a goal, has now put 2 in the back of the net in 30 minutes of play. Kevin, just like that, the scoreless streak is over, and 2 big goals against Tulsa here tonight.
I tell you what, we just talked about, you got to ride that momentum, keep your foot on the accelerator. And I love how Sacramento's responded to the first goal. And you see Paul Buckle on the sideline, he's even yelling at his team more, get going forward, go forward and press. And going back to that goal, wonderful job by starting where it started with Elliott Horde. Great little look, just gets his head down, makes a move, and serves a good ball in the box. James Kiffey finds himself on that back post. Not sure why he's up that high. I think he might have been a little lazy getting back, but he'll take it. Gets the ball settled down, a good little move, and just a serve right across the face of the box. And Sammy Ochoa is there, able to just redirect the ball in the back of the net. Fantastic 5 minutes here by Sacramento. And once again, Rob, keep the play going, keep the energy up, and keep pressing and keep stepping, and make it difficult for Tulsa here.
Sacramento had not scored a goal in 500-plus minutes. Their first one came in the 28th minute. The second came in the 30th. Kaffa and company from Tulsa not done quite yet. Good ball down low. Looking maybe for Svensson, but it's Dominic Jakubek who's able to pick it up and now wants to slow things down a tad.
I do not like that ball thrown out in the middle of the park.
These little side throws from Dominic Jakubek, the Lodi native, a little bit odd. We haven't seen that quite from him this season.
You know, if he's going to do it, you got to do your teammate a favor there. You can't bounce it into his shins. It's got to be a ball with good weight on it. Another little giveaway there. I still want to see Sacramento keep the energy going. Start pressing maybe a little bit more.
Foul is blown out in the middle of the park. Jadema. Don't forget to tune in to Good Day Sacramento Monday through Friday. Of course, on the weekend as well. The show goes even a little bit longer, but Monday on the CW31 is a whole host of the latest news and happenings around Sacramento. A lot of fun activities here happening in the capital city this weekend. So make sure you turn to CW 31 tomorrow morning as well. Another foul called. Victor Rivas is quick to blow that whistle here as Tulsa now finds themselves in a 2-1 hole. Kevin, how did all of a sudden you saw a perfect run of form from Tulsa? And here's a good ball on Harry Williams deep into the area. Can he get another look at it? Harry Williams just missed it wide. A beautiful move by the Englishman. The Prince of Quails nearly made it 3-1.
Well done there. Danny Barrera catching Tulsa sleeping a little bit. Kind of fortunate for him for that ball kind of bounced, took a little pinball action, a little power dribble, if you will, onto his left foot. Harry Williams' left foot, unable to find target. And once again, going back, you see all these guys in the midfield. You see Jeremy Hall, you see these guys telling him, press, keep stepping, keep pressing, keep the foot on the accelerator, and let's keep going here.
So back to my question to you before that nice shot by Williams. Is Sacramento, as Williams has it again? That's the question we'll never get to. Augustine Caceres out to the left side. James Kiffey. Strong, hard ball. Can't get to it. Sacramento saw very key counters from Tulsa coming up. They did not let it get down. They dropped down a goal. They've come right back. Mentally, how has a team maintained that for a squad who hasn't scored in 500-plus minutes?
I think it's a great response. One of the best responses we've really even ever seen from Sacramento in these situations. After a really tough stretch the last 5 or 6 games, things aren't going your way. It's so easy to get down on yourself and get down in the dumps. But you see Sacramento stay with it, stay the course, be consistent, and stick with the game plan. And I think they did a really good job of responding to this. And like I said, one of the best responses I think I've seen by any Sacramento team in the last couple of years, really. So really good job, shows a lot of character. Can't drop off there.
The Argentine, Kaffa. Rivas gives it a go. Rivas, the Las Vegas star, UNLV star. Nevada Gatorade High School Player of the Year. Harry Williams brought down. Paul Buckle wants a foul. Rivas continuing. Off to the left side. Julius James with a hard challenge. Out of play it goes. It looks like it will be a goal kick for Sacramento. Great play from Julius James.
Yeah, well done by Julius James there. Makes it difficult for Rivas. But I still think defensively it's got to be a little sharper. The tackle's got to be a little bit better, a little stronger.
Julius James, 9 years of experience in the MLS and NASL. Last playing for Fort Lauderdale. Tower Bridge Battalion's got the drums pounding here tonight. They've been waiting for a goal. It's good to see it. They've made quite a few trips. Rivas trying to poke it through to Stevenson. James Kiffey back to Christian. Chris Christian testing the waters overseas. Signed back with the Republic late, and Paul Buckle told him there's no guarantee that you'll have your spot back in the center back position as a foul is called against Tulsa out on the right side. And Chris Christian, hoping to play in Portugal, didn't get the opportunity he was looking for. Found a home right back here, and how key is he really to this team's success?
I think it's a big, big piece of the puzzle, especially how thin Sacramento's been at that center back position.
So with Carlos Rodriguez out, it's really been tough for Sacramento.
A lot of energy.
Hall can drop back.
A lot of time and energy was spent in the offseason going after strikers and going after offensive-minded players. Kind of almost forgotten about the back four. Got to get there.
Kiffey trying to handle it from Clementa, and Kiffey get a gift from Kosuke, who can't hold on to it. Can't keep it at his feet. Ball in. Chance for Horde as Ochoa slipped with Bourgeois. Horde ricochets. Another chance. Punched away. Republic still in the attack there. Serta comes up with a big punch to keep this thing at 2 goals for Sacramento. Is another good opportunity as Tulsa looking to break here. They'll look to the left side. Here they go again. Kaffa. Rivas, can he get to it? Nope, it'll be out of play. Stay up to date with the latest USL news and information around the league. Tune in the USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts. It's Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern on Sirius XM Channel 85. Also, don't forget, they'll also air the USL Game of the Week. USLsoccer.com is where you'll find the dates and times for all of the information from Mike Watts' show in the game of the week. Like a pinball here, these two teams fighting with it. Harry Williams so aggressive tonight. He's played at a different level than we've seen him. You wouldn't call him soft, a little bit more finesse. He's shown that he can play physical too, Kevin.
Yeah, it's just some grit, if you will, in Harry Williams tonight. It's time to step.
Ochoa with 5 goals on the season now, Kevin Goldthwait. That's what you brought him in here for.
That's right, score goals. He's a guy, I mean, I think he's got 15 goals in him per season, I think. If he plays well and he's in the right system, I think he's definitely in the right system here. Great chances.
A wide open break for Jeremy Hall. Here is Sammy Ochoa. To the right side, Elliot Horde, who's got space. Elliot Horde working his way to the area. Look to his left foot.
Pretty good effort there by Elliot Horde. Still like the conviction, like the decisiveness. Just gets his head down, goes at him, makes a move, cuts it on his left. Has a good strike, far post. And he finds himself in a good position too, getting the ball out wide on that right side where he's been so effective for Sacramento.
Played at UC Davis, Fresno Fuego. Signed late in 2016 to replace Emra Clemente, who went down with an ACL injury. And here's a good chance for Tulsa here. It's sent backward in the wrong direction. Stevenson gets behind, and it's blastly poked just by the nick of a hair. Julius James somehow saved the day, as Ian Stevenson, who has 4 goals on the season, can be one of the most dangerous players on this Roughneck squad.
Yeah, silly giveaway by Jeremy Hall. Needs to have a little bit better vision, or maybe an idea before he gets the ball at his feet and what he wants to do.
Kaffa again being pushed by Hall. Hall's strength there wins out. A throw for Tulsa. Tulsa last year in 15th place in the Western Conference. Dead last. Ochoa had an opportunity to leave. He left, and most of the roster were left with him. But they've had a nice little resurgence here. 12 points after 7 matches here, their 8th match on the season. Stevenson again, no flag up.
Shows
getting
athleticism
behind Julius James for the 3rd time here, as Dominic Jakubek able to come with it. A little concerning now is Stevenson, who's been held quietly. Now an opportunity. Ochoa is held. The whistle is blown, and we're going to have a card coming out against Ugarte. So a free kick coming up for Sacramento. A good spot. This might be a spot for Emra Clemente. We'll have to wait and see whether it be Clemente or Barrera, but this is a good spot for the right-footed Clemente.
I think it's pretty fortunate for Sacramento. I mean, that ball's clearly going out for a goal kick. And Sammy Ochoa has no chance he's getting it, even if there was a foul by Ugarte. So unfortunate for Tulsa here, but Sacramento's in a decent spot to capitalize on a set piece, which really we haven't seen at all this year to speak of.
On the other side, Juan Pablo Kaffa has been masterful at set pieces, has scored in 2 straight games off of set pieces. Who's it going to be for Sacramento here on the other end?
And it's wide open right now, Rob. We typically don't see Sacramento come out and play this wide open of a game where it's end to end, so to speak. There's a lot of chances on Sacramento's back, defensive side, and a lot of chances on their offensive side. So typically we see these guys, Sacramento at least, a little bit tighter, more compact, but not tonight. It's wide open.
Here's Danny Barrera. Short, Harry Williams, quick tap, looking for Ochoa. Serta will pick it up instead.
Yeah, that was red all the way. It looked like Bourgeois was following Sammy Ochoa on that far post. And I like the thought there. That's a tough free kick, tough angle to beat. It's well done by Augustine Caceres right there, but that's a tough distance to beat a goalkeeper like Serta from. Would have taken something really, really special, worldy type stuff. So I like the idea of the schoolyard stuff by Sacramento, but Tulsa read it all the way.
Julius James sent it back to Dominic Jakubek. How about Dominic Jakubek, Kevin? The guy who's been really brought on to be a backup goalkeeper for this team and continues to find himself in the starting lineup as a whistle is blown and a goal against Harry Williams. And the Papa Murphy Park crowd does not like it. But back to Dominic Jokubek, the Lodi native, went to Chico State, played with Chris Wondolowski, spin around, played in the place for Jake Gleason, has played in the place for Patrick McLean, has played in the place for Evan Newton, and he continues to earn his spot and earn some time.
I tell you what, being a backup goalkeeper in any league, in any division, is a difficult task. You have to be ready at a moment's notice, and goalkeepers typically, once they lock on a job, it's hard for them to lose it. And Dominic's always been just a consummate professional, ready to go at a moment's notice. And I tell you what, like, if I've ever met anybody that's more meant to do something.
A corner kick coming up for Sacramento.
But I don't think I've ever met anybody more suited for a job than Dominic Jokubek is for being a goalkeeper. And see him out here today and to be consistently battling and coming back and always being ready to play and being a great teammate for that matter. He's, you know, wishes nothing but the best for everybody. So just a wonderful story and a local kid to boot.
37 years of age.
Not a kid, I think. A local man to boot.
A local man. He is quite fun, too. Great personality. Kaffa, ball sent in. One more look at it. Still a dangerous play. Finally cleared by Agustin Caceres.
So here we go. A couple minutes to go here for Sacramento. How well can you do defensively? Don't like that they're conceding corner kicks, but probably a minute or two of stoppage time added. And they need to be solid in the back. Don't take any chances. Get out of this half with the 2-1 lead. Take your time on these.
And we do want to correct is that we did check the official stat keeper, and Danny Barrera was credited with the first goal. And Ochoa was given the assist. There was a deflection. So Barrera gets the goal. Ochoa scored the second goal. And so
God, this is Emra.
And so it will be only 4 goals on the season as there is a foul called on the middle of the field. And a whistle blown, and so a yellow card shown to Emra Clementa. And just as we have a time now, the 4th official, Nicholas Marin, has indicated 2 minutes of Gilmore services stoppage time when you need a dependable Sacramento HVAC company. Trust Gilmore Heating and Air. Set piece coming up here for Tulsa. As we close in on the first 45 minutes of play, Sacramento with the lead. Danny Barrera with his first USL goal of the season. Sammy Ochoa adding another, his 4th on the year. Calistri scored first in this match for Tulsa. And a nice response from the Republic. Kaffa, ball weighted in, headed high, still an opportunity for Tulsa. Can someone get to it? Volleys it around in the box for a 4th time, and it's James Kippy who clears it. Kosuke loses it. Now it's a battle. Danny Barrera being held. Can he hold on? One more time, he does. Weighted to the left side. Caceres, Harry Williams. Williams with a strike, and it just sends it high. The crowd felt it. The build-up was there. The result was not.
The collective sigh. You hate to hear that as a striker. That's not what you want to hear. That's not the noise you like to hear. But I tell you what, good build-up play by Sacramento right there. Danny Barrera, wonderful job picking the ball up off Kimura on a silly giveaway. The strength of Danny Barrera right there to battle off Kimura even more. Retains the ball, plays Augie. Augie finds Harry Williams. Harry Williams, a wonderful opportunity, just had to find target. That's tough in the 45th, 46th minute. Heavy legs, I'm sure, by your striker. Harry Williams has been running around.
The one thing we've been critical of Danny Barrera about has been his strength in the midfield. He's shown it there. Sacramento still an opportunity. This ball is sent hard and low.
Now
Not
defend.
enough time for Harry Williams.
Now defend. Get your shoulders back. If you can extend that effort going forward, you better be able to get back and get that effort in.
But how about Barrera playing as well as we have seen him in this 2017 season?
Yeah, we almost take him for granted sometimes. You know, that's what's come to be expected from him. And anything less, well, a little cheeky there.
Kaffa showing his skills along the touchline. Finds Rivas to the left side. Corrales, deep as we've seen him here, being double teamed as Christian just gives a shove out of bounds.
Oh, that's fortunate.
Be a
That's fortunate for Sacramento right there. It's a goal kick. Looks like there was a shove in the back by Julius James. A silly foul from Julius James in the corner.
I think the Republic meant to pay for that one later. That is a big one.
I think
for
we saw
Sacramento.
a pretty good piece of skill there by Juan Pablo Caffa, showing his skill, showing his technical ability. Might have got Emmer twice within 3 seconds, twice through the wickets.
17 chances created on the season, one of them coming for a goal here tonight. But it was Sacramento who scored 2 in a matter of 3 minutes to make it 2-1 as they lead into the break. As when Sacramento goes into the break with the lead, they have a much better chance of success. And so far this year, they are 1-0-0. Can they make it 2-0-0? We'll find out. 45 minutes left to play here from Papa Murphy's Park. Don't go away. We've got an exciting halftime show coming up. Kevin Goldthwait talks to Warren Smith about the next steps for MLS. It's all right here on the CW 31.
Norcal Honda's Race to Save is on. Race in now for supercharged savings, like no payments for 90 days on HRV, a 2017 Kelley Blue Book Best Resale Value. Big savings on CRV, redesigned for 2017 and winner of Car and Driver's Best Compact SUV Award. And no payments on Pilot, a 2017 Kelley Blue Book Best Buy. But you gotta get here fast. Our Race to Save event ends Memorial Day.
Murphy's Law says if you have ingredients for chaos, chaos will happen. Papa Murphy's Law says if you have a pizza made right in front of you with ingredients like scratch-made dough and fresh-grated real mozzarella, peace will reign at dinner time. Murphy's Law of, uh-oh. Papa Murphy's Law of, oh yes. Tonight, home bake a large Papa's all-meat pizza, just $10. Papa Murphy's.
Talk to me, Brandon.
4, 3, 2,
Hey.
1.
Talk to me in the IFB headset.
Okay. And welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park alongside Kevin Goldthwait here tonight. Rob McAllister, an exciting run of play for Sacramento in that 45 minutes as they lead 2-1 here. And let's take a look at our first half highlights here. No, excuse me, back it up. First half statistics, and let's take a look. Kevin Goldthwait, that was a mouthful there. 2 goals for Sacramento after 500 plus minutes. That's the biggest stat I'm looking at.
Yeah, the biggest stat obviously is the goals there. I like the possession for Sacramento. I looked at surprisingly light. I thought Sacramento had a little bit more possession than what's showed here, but also one that we're not seeing here is the passes completed. I think it was over 285 passes completed. What we saw is the stats are being pulled away. So a wonderful number for the first half for Sacramento, and I think that checks the box in terms of what Paul Buckle likes to see in his teams. If they're completing 500 passes or more per game, it's going to lead to good things. So that's the stat I like to see. Obviously the goals is a good one as well. 2-1, can't complain.
There's been a lot of questions about this Republic team and whether or not they're playing the right style. The numbers, when you look deep in it, it seemed like it was there, but the results were not. Are you seeing what the coaching staff was trying to get forward anyway?
Well, when we talk to Paul, he's just preached consistency with his guys. You can't go out there and make rash decisions week to week because your team isn't performing well or your team's not scoring goals or they are scoring goals. You have to have a consistent message being delivered throughout the course of the season, and they've done that. Stick to the plan, and they've done that, and here we go. Now, all of a sudden, we're starting to finish the chances they've created, and they've been creating a lot of chances throughout the season so far.
All right, well, it's going to be a good second half coming up. Tulsa and Sacramento don't go anyway. Also coming up, Kevin Goldthwait has a conversation with Warren Smith. That's right after the break, right here on the CW 31.
The 2017 Subaru Impreza. It's the longest lasting vehicle in its class. And a 2017 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus with eyesight and steering responsive headlights. The 2017 Subaru Impreza. More than a car, it's a Subaru.
For 29 years, Shingle Spring Subaru has been offering great deals and amazing service with no closers and no pressure. Family owned and operated. They're located just 10 minutes up Highway 50 from Folsom.
More people than ever are making the move to Nissan. making Rogue America's best-selling SUV. Make the move today. Memorial Day savings start now. Save on Rogue, a car that can help stop for you. And on Titan, with America's best truck warranty. Hurry in and make the move to Nissan and get Memorial Day bonus cash, like up to $2,250 on top of existing offers, or get a low $199 per month lease on Rogue.
This is your RAM Auto Update.
17 dealers with 24 brands and Memorial Day savings on over 6,000 vehicles. It just doesn't get any better than that.
The selection was definitely overwhelming. There's so much to see.
There's a lot more than what I expected.
I couldn't say enough good stuff about it. It was easy. I get to go home in a truck.
Thank you, Roseville Auto Mall, for it being awesome.
Over 6,000 vehicles all on sale. Now that's a real Memorial Day sales event. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
It's been quite a way for Republic fans, as soon as this team won the championship in 2014, there was an expectation and there was the question of when MLS. Well, that dream is getting closer and closer, it appears, as a big announcement on Monday, as the investor group led by Kevin Nagel has officially assumed control of the Republic, and Warren Smith, still a part of this team as well. He had a conversation with Kevin Goldthwait before the match tonight. Let's go down and hear from Kevin and Warren.
So Warren Smith, here we are today, following up with a really big announcement earlier in the week on Monday. Can you talk a little bit about and tell the fans what happened on Monday?
Sure. Well, it was, obviously we had a press conference to tell the community and tell the MLS, frankly, that we finalized our transaction with the MLS Investor Group led by Kevin Nagel. So we really, checked that last box and are ready.
So the big news around this meeting and this announcement has been the Bring It Home campaign. Can you kind of go into detail a little bit on what that means and tell the fans what to expect probably for the next 12, 18 months as we're leading up into this push into MLS?
Well, I think it's really the next 6 months. The MLS had said that they would announce, sometime in December. And so what we're just trying to do is really get everyone engaged in the conversation, get out and talk to people, and grow relationships with people. So this campaign, Bring It Home, is really about just taking it over the finish line. And we want to sprint through the finish line, not just run through. It's doing everything we can. Obviously, MLS has asked us to do, a whole bunch of different things, and every single time we just over-deliver. So we want to over-deliver again, and mainly this is about the fans and letting them speak up.
Yeah, and you bring up the fans, which is interesting. You guys, the goal for this initiative is going to be talk to 20,000 fans through the course of the next few months and get some feedback, some insight on what the fans hope to see. What do you expect to get back from those relationships and those discussions?
Well, first of all, the 20,000 represents how many seats will be in the stadium, right? And we're already engaged with that many people already, but we really just wanted to continue to get another 20,000, if you will, and understand what it is they want. Understand really what's going to make them happy at the MLS level, and then ultimately getting them engaged in the process.
Well, great, Warren. Thank you so much for the moment today, and hopefully get a W today.
Thank you.
Here we are, our eyes wide open. We see the road ahead. We're part of something bigger. We're the dreamers, the heroes, the ones who change our communities, build our cities, are passionate about compassion. There are more like you here than unlike you. So take hold and see yourself in the present. See that vision unfold among others. Redefine the possible. Redefine you.
One of our favorite news guys, Deuce Mason, live in downtown Sacramento, looking for a sweet, sweet embrace.
How's that feel?
Awesome.
Yeah. Get a sweaty one. Good. Yeah. How'd it feel? Hey, that was a good one. Did shower twice. Yeah. You want one too? Yeah. Look at that. Yeah.
All right.
That was a good one. Oh.
Ow! It's a joyous hug.
How'd that feel? Guys,
boy.
I'm hugging everybody. Well, don't buzz me. You're getting a hug and you're going to like it.
Watch Good Day and find your happy place.
Every truck guy has their own way of conveying powerful.
Yeah, boy. Kind of looks like a monster coming to eat you. Holy smokes.
That is awesome. Strong.
You got the basic and you got the beefy.
I just think it looks mean.
Incredible.
No way. Getting goosebumps.
It's the Chevy Memorial Day sales event. Find your tag and get over $9,300 total value on select Silverado crew cabs when you finance with GM Financial. See your greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
Wiener Schnitzel finally has das Schnitzel. Wiener Schnitzel now has das Schnitzel.
Das gut.
Kaiser Schnitzel, 3 Liter Leber.
Das gut.
Only at das Wiener Schnitzel. Das Wiener Schnitzel.
Das gut.
Wiener Schnitzel is bringing you 3 all-new chicken schnitzel sandwiches. Classic ranch, bacon, guacamole, and barbecue bacon. Wiener Schnitzel. Das
And welcome back here to Papa Murphy's Park alongside Kevin Goldthwait and Robbie Kaiser. We are at the break here, and what a 45 minutes it has been for Sacramento. Let's take a look at your Norcal Honda halftime highlights here. And we begin early on as Sacramento had the possession. They continued to work, and then ultimately giving up that early goal, Kevin, which seemed to be breaker, but you really liked their response right after that goal.
Yeah, the response was fantastic. I tell you what, though, going back to that first goal for Tulsa, Kaffa was a wonderful little driving run, penetrates into the back four for Sacramento and finds Kalicia on that back post. Kind of a product of that 3-5-2 we talked about, but really the response and reaction from Sacramento was what I found really, really impressive. They continued to press. We were rewarded with a nice penetrating run by Harry Williams with a lucky deflection off a Danny Pereira shot, but you put yourself in good positions, good things typically happen, and that's what happened on that goal. And then quickly right after that, once again, you get some good play of the build-up going forward, and you have a lot of people press forward. Ball goes wide to James Kiffey. James Kiffey with a little shake and bake, so to speak, and then we'll get the ball back in the box to find Sammy Ochoa, and Sammy Ochoa simply redirects the ball into the back of the net for 2 quick goals to put Sacramento up 2-1 heading into the half.
When you look at this team and what they've been through, 500-plus minutes, it really seemed that things were going to be down. The players, you'd see hard, you wouldn't almost fault them if they came out a little flat. They didn't come out flat at all. They come out and played hard. They have now 2 goals in the half.
Yeah, I love the response. You see just the energy and the emotions and the mannerisms by the players. They're telling each other, keep going, keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. Even Paul Buckle on the sideline telling his squad to keep the foot on the gas.
All right, let's take a look at our upcoming schedule here as both teams looking to make a run here early in the season. And as for Sacramento, coming up, well, we do have the U.S. Open Cup match on May 31st, but we will be in the Northwest taking on the Sounders 2 at Starfire Stadium on May 28th. That's at 2 o'clock on the CW31. And Tulsa, meanwhile, they're going to head to Reno on Wednesday. So this is going to be a tough stretch as we look at Tulsa's schedule here first. Tough stretch for Tulsa is they've got 2 matches here along the West Coast, but it is nice to pair them together. But a quick turnaround for them as they played on Wednesday. They'll play on Saturday, now they play on Wednesday again.
Yeah, you know, through the course of the season, every team's going to see probably 2, 3, 4 of these stretches where you're doing especially with the Open Cup being thrown in here too. We have, 3 games in 7 days at times. At those points during the season, you got to make sure that your roster is deep enough and those guys on the bench can come in and contribute and contribute well and not be a liability. So Sacramento's got some depth. So does Tulsa, but those are the times that your squad's tested.
Let's take a look at the USL Western Conference standings. Now, Sacramento outside the playoff picture right now, Kevin, but just 3 points behind third place Seattle there. And then if you look at the top, it's all dominated by San Antonio and the Real Monarchs.
Yeah, San Antonio running away with it. Real Monarchs, what a turnaround from last season for them. The San Antonio's looked really, really good and got a lot of good results here earlier in the season. But once again, we say it every week, it's a long season. Don't judge, don't write things off yet. A lot of parity in this league, and all it takes is a little bit of a run by one team, and all of a sudden they change the playoff picture and change the playoff discussion.
All right, well, the Sacramento, while it's early, some fans were down on what this season could become. A lot of soccer still left to play, Kevin. The next 45 minutes of play here, and what are you expecting here from the Sacramento Republic as we move forward in the second half?
It's more of the same, really. You got to go forward, be decisive, and do things with conviction. We do decide to go forward.
So the Sacramento Republic up 2-1. And can they keep it for another 45? We'll switch sides of the field here as Sacramento looks to keep the same lineup that we had moving forward. So you're looking at Ochoa and Williams up top. What do you think of the pairing of the striker position for Sacramento?
I like Terry Williams. I think he brings something different into the squad that we typically don't see. I thought he played decently after we talked about his hold-up play being something that I think he needs to work better with. Also his combination play with Sammy Ochoa. But you see Harry's created a goal initially. He's created that first goal, which I think is really, really important for the squad in terms of what their energy and what their momentum's going to be doing going into the second half. So the pairing, I like the pairing up top so far, Rob.
And if you look at Tulsa's side, you see how deadly Juan Pablo Caffa can be. You got to keep the ball away from him.
Yeah, keep the ball away from him. And when he does get the ball, you got to be able to close him down quickly to get his head down, so he can't get his head up and start picking teams apart and picking passes out.
Another key player of the night has been Calistri, who has the lone goal for Tulsa. Scored it before the 15th minute mark. Things looked a little bit dire, but Sacramento right back did not quit. And if you're Paul Buckle, that's probably one of the best halftime speeches you've been able to deliver in quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good problem, a good conversation to have. I think you just got to keep the foot on the gas going into the second half here and continue to do what you've been doing.
And we are underway here at Papa Murphy's Park for the second half of play. Sacramento with James Christian Clementa in the backcourt. Hall, Caceres, Barrera, Kiffey, Ochoa, and Williams up top. Kiffey along that touchline here as Kiffey shooting alongside was Clementa on that right side. Now it's a chance for Tulsa as Rivas pushes it forward to Savinison. James the mark, lofted in. Cleared away by Chris Christian. Here's Horde, who has been so good this season as Ochoa goes down out of play by the Republic. It'll be Tulsa with the throw.
Yeah, Madu there with a wonderful, probably a foul. Fortunate for him not to be called there, but does a good job challenging Sammy Ochoa.
No substitutions yet. Trevin Caesar walked to the fourth official. Looked like he may be coming in around the 15th to 20-minute mark. Did not happen. The Republic scored in the 28th, and he was called back.
Well done by Chris Christian there. Well done.
Here's James Kiffey along the touchline, finding Danny Barrera. Harry Williams, who's been fantastic tonight. Played well on Wednesday, had 2 goals. Followed up here tonight by getting a couple of good looks. The turnovers have been the Achilles heel for Sacramento this season. Just the errant passes, and Augustine Caceres with a big shrug, and he'll be whistled by Victor Rivas. Sacramento looking up at the standings. San Antonio with 23 points, Real Monarchs with 21, Sacramento with 10, but a big 3 points here tonight would go a long way to get them right back in the mix of things. We should take a mention at this point in time, too. Congratulate Emra Clementa, who for the second time is being called up to the Montenegrin men's national team. Will leave on Wednesday and play on June 10th. Does have a friendly against Iran before that. But Clementa will be taking part in a World Cup qualifying match. Should be on the active roster against Armenia on June 10th. So he will not be here in a Republic uniform. But congratulations to Emra.
Yeah, he'll be missed. But I tell you what, pretty special honor. You know, being called up to any national team and then being called up for these World Cup qualifiers. It's a big deal. The European qualifiers as well.
Clementa came in as a substitution in the 75th minute, earning his first cap. That was a season ago. He was lost for part of the season. Right after he came back, suffered that devastating ACL injury. Showing some pace here is Bourgeois looking to get up to the right side. Dominic Jacobet's going to come out and make a play, and he does right in front of Joey Calistri, who was looking for his second goal on the night.
That's well done by Dominic, coming off his line quickly.
Look at Barrera out front today, something we have not typically seen from number 10. And all over him, climbing on top is Jadema, and Jadema is going to be whistled. And there may be even a card coming out here, Kevin.
That's well done by Danny Barrera. I thought that ball probably had too much weight on it from Chris Christian initially. Driven too much, but Danny Barrera finding himself high in that Tulsa's back four, their final line there. does a good job running the ball down, getting himself the ball between him and the defender, and earning the set piece.
So Jadema just gets a stern talking to from Victor Rivas. Lucky to not earn a card that I don't know it deserved a yellow card, but nonetheless, it's got a good opportunity here for Sacramento. All yellow cards brought to you by McDonald's here tonight, supporting good sportsmanship. The crowd pounding their feet loudly on the bleachers here at Papa Murphy's Park. Serta calling for his teammates, looking for movement. Christian crashing. Here comes a hard ball in. Opportunity. Ball still in the danger zone. Cleared away in the area. It's popped up high. And Agustin Caceres will try to move this ball quite forward again. Quick touch from Barrera, looking from Kippy to Christian. Christian way out to his left. Sends a hard cross in. Got to be trouble for the counter here for Sacramento. Here's Jeremy Hall with a left foot, and it's picked up by Serta. Easy play.
It's well done by Sacramento right there. You got Agustin Caceres picking up that second ball, doing his job right there. Gets it wide. Christian finds himself in a pretty unique position. Out wide left, serves a decent ball in the box. Good little combination play. Julius Strames had to drop it off. Oh, Julius gets bailed out right there. Tries to drop it off to Jeremy Hall, and Jeremy Hall, a good strike with his left foot, just doesn't catch it clean as he like. But still, good build-up play and good effort there by Sacramento.
And Kevin, while that shot didn't always have a high percentage of likely going in, you like to see shots on goal.
I love it on target. It's the first thing you always need to think about. Ball needs to be on target. Shorten your swing, you have to, and build up to that big swing.
How about the pressure from Sacramento? Look how high this line is here tonight.
Yeah,
Kevin.
high line. I think this is maybe the discussion point by Paul. So that ball needs to be played a little earlier there from Agustin.
Caceres knows it, waves up the hand to say sorry.
Paul's been talking about with the squad trying to press higher, make that line of confrontation higher than they typically have over the last couple of years. Forces a team like Tulsa to make decisions or maybe play ball long, and you got the big bodies of Christian. Oh, Elliott has a chance there. Just too much of his body there. Doesn't even need to go in that hard.
Howard picks up the foul. When you look back at the match in Tulsa versus the Roughnecks in the Republic, Sacramento had a very high line, pressured, had that 2-1 advantage, nearly gave away at the end of the game here, Kevin. So there's a lot of soccer still left to play. There was a couple opportunities. Tulsa could have easily tied or gone ahead in the last 10 minutes or so of that match.
Yeah, I think in terms of the season, this is the most important 45 minutes. I guess you could probably argue that the next 45 of any part of the season of any game is the most important, but this is really the big picture discussion here where Sacramento needs to get on the right foot.
Here's Kaffa able to step in front of it. Such a skillful player, fighting Calistri. Calistri makes his own move, looking to send a low cross in, an opportunity for Tulsa. Clemenza able to get to it. Bourgeois comes with it. Here's Harry Williams now. Sacramento not out of trouble quite yet. Comes to the feet of Harry Williams in the center of the park. The Englishman to the right side now, and now Sacramento able to control. Bourgeois has been all over the pitch tonight. Hall goes down holding his left ankle. And a whistle is blown from Victor Rivas. Sacramento has 4 wins in 4 matches between these two clubs. Have outscored the Roughnecks 12 goals to 3, including this match. Now it makes it 14-4. Why has there been such a disparity between the Republic and the Roughnecks here?
They just have their number. You know, sometimes one team or another team can figure somebody out, and Sacramento just seems to perform well against Tulsa every time they're matched up together.
Kaffa to Calistri didn't work that time. It's a good time to remind you Nike is an official sponsor of U.S. Soccer and the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Harry Williams trying to shield, has a chance for a break. Serta able to get there, and Serta with one of the strongest foot to the USL sends it deep, finding the strikers to Venison. Now it's to the feet of Kaffa, to the right side, Calisti. And Calistri pops this one up high into the area and into the arms of Dominic Jakubek. Heart stop there for a moment, Kevin. We've seen some opportunities where the Republic have gotten a little too casual, as you said.
Casual
and
Dom
it found
right
its way in the back of the net.
Nice to meet you, Casual Dom. Can we not do that anymore?
Yeah.
But you got Stevenson in there, the big body, the Peter Crouch type striker. That's done a good job of the hold up back to goal play. But good job by Sacramento. They're not allowing Stevenson. It's a tough giveaway again.
Kosuke, 33-year-old from Japan. To the right side, it's been quiet here. Victor Rivas off to the left side looking for Corrales. Here's George Corrales, Cuban national, just 26 years of age, played with Fort Lauderdale a season ago. Played 7 years in Cuba before that. Gets behind Augie to the ground. Guy. James just gets a foot on it before Stevenson can get there. And Kevin, that's the type of plays at Sacramento we've seen from them, the letdown and the opportunities for the opponent to find themselves in the net.
It's a really good build-up play by Tulsa right there. Just find a nice streaking, overlapping Guy in there. A decent ball across the face of the goal. Sacramento needs to be a little bit tighter. Their back three. Still think communication could probably be a little bit better.
Flag goes up, and it'll be Republic throw. And you looked at the defense here from Tulsa in this Force 45. They gave up a league-high 64 goals a season ago. Looks to be a little bit much improved, even though Republic have been able to score a few here tonight.
Yeah, you know, I think season to season, there's been a lot of turnover for Tulsa. But really, I think they need, that's one of the things I'm sure in the offseason was discussed ad nauseum to try to figure out, you know, how do we rectify this problem? You can't do anything in terms of possession of postseason play, or if you have any sort of long-term postseason aspirations. If that's one of the stats that you're leading the league in, you got no chance and no hope.
James Kiffey is getting physical on the sideline. There's Kosuke, and there a late shove by Calistri, and Victor Rivas quick to get in the middle of them and calm things down between the Republic and the Roughnecks. Calistri's going to get a talking to. And Kaffa now having a conversation with the sideline here, and a substitution coming, as Trevin Caesar will now check into this match, and it will be Sammy Ochoa's whose night is over. So adding some pace here. Paul Buckle most likely thinking he can spring Caesar forward a little bit, test this back line. They've been able to get behind with this high pressure. This adds another threat. Great night for Ochoa, who picked up his 4th goal on the season.
Yeah, good showing, good shift by Sammy Ochoa. Gets his goal, does what a striker's supposed to do. Real excited to see how Trevin Caesar could come in here and impact this game today. I think it's important for Trevin Caesar to come out and have a good showing.
And the first substitution brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Caesar already with a quick touch. Finding Kiffey. Kiffey with the left foot, lofts it in. Good look for Republic, and it's Caesar there. Just couldn't get a turn on it, and it sprays out of bounds.
What a fantastic ball by James Kiffey right there. Has Harry Williams on that near post. Harry's making a really good run, unable to get enough on it, but a fantastically, solidly whipped ball in from James Kiffey. That's what you want to see him do. That pace on the ball.
Chick-fil-A corner
play
kick.
It short here.
Comes quick to Hall. Barrera in. Another dangerous play.
Another opportunity. Looks like he's calling offside here.
Emra Clementa came storming through.
Yeah, there's 2 decent chances right there. On that first one from James Kiffey, you got Trevin Caesar right behind Harry Williams, unable to get on the end of it. And same thing right there, you have Emra Clementa flying in towards that near post. A good ball whipped in low. Need to be able to just put a little bit of surface on it and redirect it on target. Use the ball's pace.
Clementa, who heads it here. The Republic all-time leader in appearances for the Sacramento Republic. Here's Trevin Caesar. Ball played out wide to Elliott Horde here. Caesar comes back around, near post. Horde sends a good ball in. Barrera crashing again, Kevin, time and time again. We've seen that tonight from number 10 for the Republic.
I'll tell you what, we see 3 guys up there. We've seen 3, 4, and 5 guys crash in the box on services when the ball comes out wide. And that's what you need from Sacramento. I think it's lacked and hasn't been present for the last couple of months, couple of years for that matter, where there's never been enough people in the box. No one's crashing back posts. Everyone's taking chances, not wanting to go forward and take that chance to go forward. But love seeing Danny Barrera being involved in the box when set pieces, when services are coming from wide.
3 goals, 9 assists for Danny Barrera a season ago. Being held as Caesar stays on it. Guy gets away with it. They'll play continuation. Here's James Kiffey. He's got some space out in the open field. Looks to his left, broken up by Ugarte. Caesar can't get to it. Slows things down.
It's a good chance in this game. It's a good chance in this game right now, Rob, for Sacramento.
Here's Clemente looking for his left foot, dumps it off. Back out to Caceres, looking for Hoare to the right. Paul Buckle and this squad love to send crosses in from that right side. Emmer Clemente battling deep. And Bourgeois will just let it trickle out of play to the end line. And it'll be a goal kick coming up for Tulsa. Tulsa scored first in this match. Kaffa finding Calistri, and then it was the Republic who came right back 10 minutes later. Harry Williams and company, you had Barrera, you had Ochoa all in the mix in each one of those plays. They put up 2 more goals in a couple of minutes. We've seen Stevenson have to come back for the ball quite a bit tonight, Kevin. That a good sign for the Republican Paul Buckle?
Yeah, good sign. I think that's Stevenson's role, really. The back-to-goal striker, the big body. Get the ball, entry passes into his feet, into his chest, maybe even up high to his head. He can nod and flick it over for an overlapping run. But you like to see him come as far back as possible. The further away from the goal he is, the less effective he's going to be. And let him expend his energy doing that rather than going forward. Sacra's got to be stronger. Here's a great opportunity for Tulsa.
Kaffa to the left side. Sends a ball in. Dominic Jokubek down to his knees, a sliding, a beautiful play by Dominic Jokubek. The 37-year-old from Lodi, California, comes up big there, Kevin, on a missed opportunity for Tulsa.
Does a good job right there. Jokubek does. Another little giveaway from Danny Barrera. This game's wide open right now here, and it's not what you like to see if you're Sacramento. Too many gaps right there as well.
Tulsa looking to push forward, finding Stevenson, a 23-year-old from Orlando, deep into the area. Clemente gets a boot to it. Clemente still not out of trouble yet. Now it's back to Stevenson. Stevenson looking at the north cross. Here's a ball that just misses wide.
Just wide.
Very close for Calistri to make it 2 on the night.
Calistri looks like it takes a bit of deflection. Corner kick's being called, but that is just past Dominic Jokubek's far post, rolling out for a corner kick. But this is what we talked about a minute ago. Spacing right now, it's 2 back and forth, end to end. If you're Sacramento, you need to tighten things up, get control of the ball. So Julius James probably seen the effects of playing a couple minutes earlier in the week.
Kaffa with 3 assists on the season will take the corner here. Lost his one back post. Dominic Jokubek fisted away. Caesar battling. Caesar goes down. Caesar wins the ball, finds Caceres. Caceres and Sacramento look to make a run here. Caceres just can't get past.
Can he keep it? There you go. Well done.
And Kiffey gives it right back. But Sacramento able to turn the thing. Now it's Jeremy Hall in the midfield. And Corrales to the left side will become the mark. The Sacramento now has some space to work with here. You've seen Tulsa start to shade over to that right side as Hellion Hoare will give it a crack from distance. Easy play for Serta. Look at that play from James Kiffey to keep it in play. Danny Barrera, whistle goes up, and is there a foul?
Offside.
Offside.
That's
Good
well
play
done
from Kiffey, though.
It's well done by James Kiffey right there, keeping the ball inbound. Seeing Chris Christian kind of helping him out, winning that second ball.
So how Tulsa, they've won back-to-back USL matches. And while they do have 3 losses on the season, one of those coming at a forfeit after they were winning 4-1. And it was Guy who came in late in the 75th minute. Here's a dangerous play back to Jokubek as Calistri putting the pressure on. Guy came in the 75th minute against Colorado Springs. They ended up winning that 4-1. And it ended up being a 3-0 loss because of USL forfeit rules. So a tough break for Tulsa here. And here's dancing with it is Caesar. Caesar in looking for a crack at it. Broken up by Jadema. And Jadema just able to get enough on it over Trevin Caesar. Good play by Caesar.
Yeah, I see the skill from Trevin Caesar going against Bourgeois. Does a wonderful little step over
Good tackle to
He's
keep
on.
the ball in play.
He's
and
on.
who's onside? It's Pereira. He is. The flag stays down. Caesar will track back. Here comes Harry Williams as well. The left-footed. Pereira just lobbed it a little too short for Harry Williams. Good idea. The execution not quite there. Here's Jeremy Hall now. Jeremy Hall will give it a go. And Serta with an easy play.
You want Danny Pereira to do something a little bit better there. You know, I tell you what, I think Harry Williams' run right there wasn't doing Danny Pereira any favors. As Harry just kind of peels off to the back post casually. In those situations, you got to make those moves, and you got to show Danny Pereira where you want the ball. Do you want it near post? Do you want it back post? Do you want it on the ground? Do you want it in the air? That makes Danny Pereira's decision so much easier.
How much does that have to do with playing with one another, building that chemistry that might not quite be there because the lack of time Williams has seen as a starter?
Yeah, it's got something to do with it, but these guys play together, you know, every day in training. At this point in the season should not be an excuse. Poor tackle.
Tackle missed by Kiffey to the right side, Kusuke. And Kosuke able to find Kaffa. And Caceres told to settle down, whistled for the foul. Augustine Caceres from Reseda, California, went to St. Mary's right up the road here and bounced around, played for Ventura County. Actually scored against the Republic in a U.S. Open match. And then found his way on the roster a short time later, and he has been a key part since Paul Buckle took over. Caceres and Kiffey, you could argue, probably the two players that have benefited the most by having Paul Buckle at the helm.
Yeah, those two guys, both Caceres specifically. Paul Buckle found a good spot for him in the holding midfield position.
Ball lofted in, still there, dangerous. Offside call, the whistle blows.
Penalty.
And they're going to call a penalty kick.
So it looks like a handball. Handball on Sacramento in some capacity. I'm not sure if it's Emra or if it's Julius James, but both of them, like, there's no way this ball should be bouncing in the box. Everyone's gets caught ball watching right here as it comes off Julius's leg onto his arm. But that ball should not be bouncing in the box if you're Sacramento. There's no way that should be allowed.
So we're taking another look at it, and it was sent in, and it bounces right up there and hits the arm of Julius James. You're right.
Inadvertently, ball playing the hand playing the ball, who knows. Rivas makes the decision, penalty. Absolute dagger for Sacramento in the 65th, 67th minute here.
So the crowd very displeased with that call here, but now Tulsa has an opportunity to tie this one. About an hour plus in, and it's Dominic Jakubek's going to make Kaffa think about it a little bit longer.
It's a little gamesmanship there by Jakubek, taking his time, letting Kaffa think about it a little bit.
Republic have allowed 10 goals on the season. Would be a big one to keep it at 10 here right now. And a yellow card shown to Dominic Jakubek.
He'll take it
for the delay.
Yeah, he'll take it for the delay right there. Another thing for Kaffa to think about.
Kaffa slots it home, and it's 2-2 as the Republic no longer have the lead. A good guess by Dominic Jakubek, who went to his right, and it just slid under his arms.
Oh, Dominic knows it too. He absolutely gutted. Should have made that save, and look at Kaffa. A little extracurriculars afterwards, telling Dominic a few things. But Dominic does a good job, gets down to his right, should make that save. He'll be thinking about that one tonight. Dom does everything right except the save.
Heartbreaking for fans here as it's gone a little bit quiet at Papa Murphy's Park. The energy changing, but we saw the response not too long ago, Kevin, when this team was down a goal in the 15th minute, came back 8 minutes later, scored 2 goals in a matter of 3 minutes. It was 2-1 just like that. Now here we are 2-2 after a penalty is called on Julius James in the box on a set piece, and Kaffa ties this game. Here's Calistri, the Tulsa Roughnecks and company. Done quite yet, doesn't appear so. It's Corrales now getting into the mix. To the left side, ball sent in high, lofted in. Chris Christian gets ahead to it. Stevenson with a good strike from left foot, just outside, 20-plus yards away, and it remains 2-2.
And let's see how Sacramento can react to this. Latest challenge for them. I mean, you got service, set piece in the box. You got your back four, your defenders, the guys you expect to be going and attacking the ball, sitting back, waiting for the ball, bouncing in the 18-yard box, which is something cardinal sin you never want to do if you're a defender. And clearly there's a reason right there as you get caught in situations where handballs are potential and other negative important and bad things can result of it, and we just saw it. And then even Dominic does a really good job to get down to his right, just can't make the save.
Clemente fighting Caesar. Williams, a little bit of space for Barrera to the left side. Here comes Kiffy now. Kosuke gets to it. Good tracking back there by the Japanese national.
It's a tough bounce there for Danny Barrera. But want to see Sacramento still be proactive, keep the momentum going. Stand your front studs, press, and still stay with this high energy system that they've been doing for the last 65, 70 minutes.
Well, an opportunity. The Arden Archer, Wilson Nisha, will be in this match. Jeremy Hall looking for Barrera. Barrera nicely to Trevin Caesar. Trevin Caesar looking to turn the corner against Guy. You love the mindset from Trevin Caesar right now. It is go, it is find the net. Trying to turn that corner, just couldn't do it. Played it out nicely instead of taking an errant shot. Trevin Caesar, 27 years old, a veteran from Trinidad and Tobago, played with Austin, San Antonio, whistle blown. OC Blues, last couple of seasons, and 10 goals a year ago, and they're going to call him the substitution here. And so Harry Williams' night is over, but I'll say this, Harry Williams, probably the two best consecutive matches we've seen from number 9 to Republic uniform.
Yeah, if you're a player in Harry Williams' situation, you come out here, nothing to lose tonight, affect the game positively. I think he did a really good job on that first goal of getting himself involved, driving into that 18-yard box of Tulsa's. Goals come from that sort of positive work.
Chris Christian, the rare set piece, and just lobs it right into the arms of Serta. Not understanding quite the thought process there, Kevin.
And I think that's why Chris Christian is not on set pieces typically.
Christian with a pretty nice left foot out of that back line, but we have yet to see him take set pieces. That was the first one I can recall of this season, especially at home. I could be mistaken, but nonetheless, the Republic with a good chance, give it right back, and we're still tied at 2 apiece as a handball in the box here in the second half. And Juan Pablo Caffa able to tie things up. Calistri getting behind Emra Clemente. Clemente grew up in the Bay Area, has ties to Serbia, Montenegro, and picked up in the Montenegro national team. Congratulations to him. We talked a little bit about that, but for a young player with a lot of skill, here's a good shot. And Bourgeois sends it high. For a young player like Emra Clemente, and we've had some of the academy players playing for the U20 teams and such. But how about this being on the top team? And it's got to be quite an honor, not only for Emra Clemente, but what does it say about the Republic and the talent they're bringing in?
Well, I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's a global reach for the brand. And speaks volumes for I think the quality of players that Sacramento has.
Bourgeois whistled here, and Wilson Nisha, who just checked in, picked up the foul, or drew the foul.
But yeah, I think it speaks volumes for Sacramento and the club and the players that are here, and even the quality of the league for that matter. If you get
Emra Clemente just coming back from ACL surgery. Good ball there from Barrera to Trevin Caesar. Here's James Kiffy now working against Kosuke. Ball driven in, a good chance as it got by Serta, and on the back line was Corrales, and Corrales nearly sent it to his own net.
No, Corrales is really fortunate right there. Looks like it comes off his shin right over the crossbar of his own goal, and that's how quickly things can go wrong if you're a defender. But a good ball in once again by James Kiffy, doing a good job taking on Kimura. Doing a good job 1v1 and getting the service in the box.
Here's a Chick-fil-A corner kick. Danny Barrera strikes it hard, strikes it long. Here's Chris Christian with a header. It's in. It is in. Right off of the arms of Kosuke, but it was Christian who struck it hard, right on target, as you said, Kevin. It's now 3-2 Sacramento.
Yeah, you see Chris Christian there on the back post, just absolutely waiting with his whole body cocked backwards. No need to even jump right there. Put it hard across the face of the goal. Does a really good job, as we see Kosuke Kimura on that back post, trying to keep it out of the back of the net. Can't do it as it's hit too hard by Chris Christian. Wonderful job. And I tell you what, awful defending by Tulsa right there on that set piece right there. As Chris Christian is wide open on the back post and just walks into the ball for a header across the face of the goal.
First goal in a Sacramento Republic uniform for Chris Christian, and it comes in a match where the Republic have needed them to show up big. 3-2, the Republic went 532 minutes without a goal, Kevin, and in this match alone, in 74, they've gone 3 goals here tonight. It's hard to explain.
And once again, the positive reaction after conceding goals is what you want to see. And here's a similar position where the earlier set piece that conceded the penalties comes from. Sacramento, the back four's got to be better. The defensive unit needs to go and attack this, and somebody can't wait for somebody else to do it.
Here's a left-footed Kaffa, lofts it up in high. Clemente gets ahead to it. Kaffa trying to track it back down again, being pressured from backside is Caceres. And Koska. Stevenson headed, still an opportunity for Orange County, or excuse me, for Tulsa, as sliding to the turf was James and Christian, and a good look from Bourgeois, who just nearly got it past Dominic Jakubek. Tulsa still with a good opportunity on a throw here.
Yeah, I mean, this is 2 players out there with them.
And Clemente wants no part of it. It's going to send it up, and taking a shot to the face is Trevin Caesar. Victor Rivas saying no foul. Crowd wanted it, won't get it. To the right side, Kaffa. Finding Rivas. Rivas splitting defenders. Rivas with a left foot, lofts it to the back, looking for Stevenson. Stevenson tries to get to it, and it tags the banners to the right.
Game still too wide open for Sacramento.
I will say this, when you looked at Tulsa and Sacramento in Oklahoma, fun back and forth match. Same thing we're here seeing tonight. I think we could get used to watching these 2 teams go at it. It's been a lot of fun.
I tell you what, it's a lot of fun to watch, but still as a fan, I'm sure the Sacramento fans at least are probably biting their nails a little bit too much. There's just too many times Tulsa's get in behind Sacramento's back four and creating problems for Sacramento. And sooner or later, something's going to have to give, and hopefully Sacramento can go and still keep pressing forward and maybe try to get another little insurance goal.
Here's Pereski, played in Croatia before signing, goes down, foul is called. Trevin Caesar will likely be booked here.
And this is what I call the luge challenge. It looks like Trevin Caesar is jumping on his luge, 2-footed. And I tell you what, I mean, Rivas has an argument here to potentially show red, as you see Trevin Caesar just goes completely 2-footed, doesn't really connect with Guy, but still dangerous play, exposing the studs, both of them there, Trevin Caesar does.
And I'll tell you what, quickly coming up to the scores table appears to be Tyler Blackwood, and I think with the yellow card, I think Paul Buckle's a little concerned with anyone picking up their second at this point in time. So Trevin Caesar may have a very short night here. And Kaffa and the Tulsa Roughnecks with another set piece. This ball's lofted high. Good play for Tulsa. Batted around. Whistle blows, and there's a little bit of a tussle deep into the box. And Dominic Jakubek and Bourgeois shake it up, say everything's okay. Looked a little bit more of an issue from here than it typically actually was on the field. Stay up to date in the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune to the USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Monday, 9 o'clock Eastern on Sirius XM FC. That's channel 85. Don't forget, they'll also air the USL Game of the Week. Check the listings, USLsoccer.com for dates and times.
Interesting substitution right here. Got Julius James coming off.
Well, they're saying number 3. There is no number 3. It's going to be Julius James, I think. No, it will not be. There's a lot of confusion on the Republic side as they held up the wrong number. Is Tyler Blackwood is still on the side. It's Julius James who's going to be taken off, you're correct. So I'm guessing Jeremy Hall will likely drop back, and you'll see Tyler Blackwood in the midfield here. So Augustine Caceres becomes your primary holding midfielder, and now you've added a little bit more of a potent attack with Tyler Blackwood in the game. And one more substitution here as Paris Guy comes out of the match. And it will be Christian Mata, who played a lot early on and is now into this game. He's primarily used as a striker, but will be used in the midfield here for Tulsa.
It looks like Sacramento's going back to 4 in the back, which I agree with Paul. Too many chances.
So maybe a 4-4-2. Elliott Horde drops back. Does Kiffy. Here's Tyler Blackwood, who just came in. The Englishman has played well so far this season. The goals have been limited, but he has been a bright spot, no doubt, in terms of signings and someone to bring in. Played well with Arizona a season ago, and here he is checking in for the first time tonight. So you're right, the 4-4-2 is back with Kiffy, Christian, Clementa, Horde, and then Barrera, Hall, Caceres, Blackwood, Nisha, and Caesar up top. Left side, Corrales sends a hard ball in. Here's Bourgeois, has been playing up from that defensive midfield position. He's become more attacking minded as well, number 22 for Tulsa, Kevin.
Yeah, he's trying to get himself. He's done a really good job, Bourgeois, defensively so far. I think I've been real impressed with him as a holding midfielder, but haven't seen him go up front too often as of yet. But needs to do it as obviously Tulsa's trying to chase this game right here.
Here's Ugarte. Ugarte dribbles all the way up, finding Victor Rivas, a former Republic midfielder. Ball wafted high, Stevenison. It's Jakubek who comes away with it. 3-2 Sacramento. They trailed by a goal early on. It was Calistri from Kaffa in the 12th minute. And then came the Republic, 28th and 30th minute. Scored 2 goals before the half. A penalty in the box, a handball by Julius James. Set up a free kick for Kaffa. Penalty kick, excuse me, and sends in the back of the net. And then Sacramento one more time, and they lead 3-2. Danny Barrera has been masterful in this one. Defensively, Sacramento needs to hold on here. Victor Rivas will give it a turn, just sprayed it high.
Rivas does a good job there. Good first touch, just has to find target. It's actually looked pretty dangerous all night, Rivas has.
So we didn't touch too much about it. And here is Trevin Caesar. Blackwood just a little too early. Caesar, can he get it back? He does. Blackwood's not onside, though. He's going to have to hold it, tries to cut through. We get talk much about it, but the 4-4-2, do you think this is a good call by Ball Buckle at this point?
I think all game, I think Tulsa's been doing a good job of getting in behind Sacramento's back three, especially in those gaps outside where typically your outside backs would be helping out and supporting. So I think Paul Buckle's seen some issues and some challenges with his formation, and I like the decision to kind of try to shore things up in the back and prevent Tulsa from getting in behind. Great ball by Journey Hall.
Hall to Blackwood. Barrera's up top calling for it. Won't get it. Hall with a good thing to start it off, but now it's Nisha. Back to Barrera. He tried to bend it in, just got too much of it. The Bring It Home campaign is underway. The initiative features 5 steps that include directly connecting with over 20,000 fans in coming months. That represents a seat at the table for the selected fan with the Republic FC board as well. To learn more and participate, go to sacrepublicfc.com. Bring it home. And Pasha Kondrakin comes in. And so it'll be Joaquin Rivas. His night is over for the Tulsa Roughnecks. So each coach is making some moves here. Maybe 8+ minutes to play here, Kevin. What would you like to see from the Republic?
Well, I mean, the Republic defensively have to shore things up and be much, much better at preventing Tulsa from getting behind it. Tulsa's making some changes, adjustments as well, formation. It looks like they're going to 3 in the back right now, pushing players on, trying to create more attacking options. And it's something to deal with in these last few minutes of these games. Once you start changing formations, both teams are adjusting a little bit on the fly. And there's always miscommunications that come from these sort of changes and adjustments. So everybody needs to communicate more. That the best way to get around these changes and adjustments is to communicate and talk. Just talk the rest of the game through. Talk everyone, talk positions, talk where players are, talk where you think somebody should be, where they shouldn't be. Just discuss it. It keeps your mind, I think, at least when I was playing, keeps you mentally in the game Because in the 85th, 90th minute, it's easy to tune out. It's easy to get lost. So continue to communicate. And that's what I want to see from Sacramento, probably. Communicate here for the remaining 8 minutes or 9 minutes or so.
And so Corrales out of play. There's a Pasha Kondrakin, the 22-year-old from Russia, just signed on March 3rd into the match in the midfield for Tulsa. But it's Sacramento who's on the break, trying to slip it through with Caesar looking for Nisha. Wilson Nisha, same on as a substitution. And it'll be a corner kick coming up for Sacramento. So for Sacramento, it's going to be a throw instead, so just near the line. For Sacramento, you have Caesar and Nisha up top, Blackwood to the left. Holland Caceres in the midfield, along with Danny Barrera, who has been a key part to the success here tonight. Flag goes up, offside. 12th minute for Calistri with the goal. Barrera, the 28th, Ochoa in the 30th. 67th was Koff on a penalty kick. And Barrera with an assist to Christian with a beautiful header on a set piece in the 74th. And that's how they have scored here in Sacramento. And now Trevin Caesar is trying to eat up a little bit of time as the goalkeeper. Serta has come out, ripped the ball away from Caesar, and the crowd loves it in that corner, and Victor Rivas getting things moving along here.
Yeah, you want to get Trevin Caesar back tucked in. No reason to go chasing, dealing with all that riffraff up there.
Sloppy header gives Tulsa a chance, but now it's Caesar looking to break. Chadema able to get there. There's Corrales. They relied heavily on him to move things along in the Orange County Blues victory. Is 4-0. It's most likely Tulsa's best match of the season, but here tonight they have not been able to slow down the relentless pursuit of Sacramento. Who give credit Sacramento, Kevin, they've been able to attack from a variety of different ways. It has not just been over the top or from the side across. It's been on penalty kicks, it's been all over the place.
And they're able to fight back from adversity, which I love to see.
Wilson Nisha goes down, the flag goes up. And so Sacramento with a good chance here.
So this is part of the game too. You got 5, 6, 7 minutes left depending on extra time. You got to take the wind out of this game. In set pieces, situations like that, take your time. Let everyone catch their breath if you're Sacramento. Every time the ball goes out, anytime there's an opportunity to slow the game down and take the wind and the momentum out of things, that's the job. And it's a big piece of this as you can learn and grow and closing games out. I think it's a really important part of that. And Sacramento can do a better job of it, I think.
Here's Brady Ballou in for Bourgeois. And Brady Ballou, I thought, has been one of the bright spots for Tulsa. Surprising not to see him in the starting 11. I think if you're Sacramento, you'll take Ballou late. But Ballou is no slouch. 6 goals. Last couple of years, he has been good with this Tulsa team. One of the few holdovers. Sacramento fans want another goal here. They lead 3-2. It's Danny Barrera on top of the ball. Barrera short to Hall. Hall will give it a go. Serta nearly lost it. And Serta now quickly trying to get things going the other way for the Tulsa Roughnecks.
See, that's a good piece of technique right there by Jeremy Hall. Using the weight of the pass that's coming towards you. You don't need to have a big swing. Use the weight coming towards you and just redirect it inside of the foot, hit firmly. Try to bang it through some traffic, but keep it on frame, and hopefully you get lucky there. And I tell you what, it's a tough save going through a lot of traffic by Serta.
If you're seeing like a young player watching this, it's number 22, a guy you should keep your eye on.
Just technique. The technique right there. It's the right skill. You don't need to swing hard. Use the weight of the ball coming to you. And I think that's if you're a young player, use that skill set and practice that in your backyard if you can. Having balls rolled to you, that doesn't need to be a big swing, doesn't even need to be hit with your laces. Just need to have good, clean contact on it.
Koffa getting a little sloppy. Blackwood quick to track back and challenge this here. Christian goes up, flag goes up, a foul is called, and I don't believe that is the right call.
Linesman get a bit antsy there.
And a whistle blows from Victor Rivas, and That's a tough one. It appears that falling back already was Christian Mata, and Christian was right there. Just that extra shove was enough.
So this is, we got to defend though. This is a similar situation where that goal, the penalty was came from. So everyone needs to kind of man up, so to speak, and defend here. Put your body on the line if you have to.
Here's Kaffa, one of the best set piece takers in the USL. Slots this one up, good opportunity. And Tulsa can't convert.
So this
as
is
it
once
looked
again,
like Ugarte.
Slow it down, slow it down. It's a good ball in the box. A lot of bodies challenging for it. No easy header for Tulsa. Still would like to see someone from Sacramento win that challenge, but still need to slow things down. Dominic, take your time. Get your guys out there. You go, check your studs if you need to.
Get a little stretch in, maybe that.
He's already got a caution, by the way, so he can't do too much.
This one's for Nisha. Nisha pushed in the back.
So
easy call.
Take your time there again. Well done, Kiffy. Now clear the lines, get everyone up a little bit.
Great energy at Papa Murphy's Park here tonight,
yeah,
Kevin.
what a fun one here, Rob. This has been a fun one to call.
It's been quite some time since we've called a goal, and then let alone a fun back and forth match. Christian will take this one, lofts it high, going to send it deep. Blackwood gets a good head on it. Here's Wilson Nisha now. Wilson Nisha just got those big eyes, tried to take a big swing, and it'll send it out of play, but it's okay. I think he needs a little bit more time.
Yeah, you know, it's a ball bouncing across your face like that. Kind of a salivating ball coming towards you. It's easy.
And look, and how about Serta? I mean, you continue to see the way that he's able to get that attack going from all the way from the back, and he's been trying to keep the Republic at bay here tonight, but they have not been able to do that. Well, the fourth official has indicated 3 minutes of Gilmore stoppage time when you need a dependable Sacramento HVAC company. Trust Gilmore Heating and Air. I'll tell you what, need the AC here the next couple of days. It has been a hot one, and it's beautiful here at night. I mean, that's the one thing, Kevin, I know a lot of people think, oh, it might be too hot. I don't want to come out to a game. It's 100 degrees. And by kickoff here, it is absolutely gorgeous along the river at Papa Murphy's Park. Blackwood again gets another head on it. He's had 2 critical plays here late. Here's Christian. There's going to be Trevin Caesar all by himself trying to keep the play alive, and he does. He's taken down. Or was he out of bounds first? And now they're saying that Caesar was out of bounds.
I think the linesman, once again, just a little bit too antsy. In Sacramento, this is where you get yourself into trouble. You got to get Trevin Caesar. You got to get back, get your shoulders right. Everyone needs to get your shoulders right.
And Simon and Paul are a little upset on the sideline there. Good job by Wilson Nisha, who has sucked back into that midfield position a time or two. Koska throwing it high.
A lot of bodies up front. Well done by Clementa. Now keep the ball, Danny Blair. Slow things down a little bit. Find a corner. There you go.
Here's Wilson Nisha. This is the time to kill it, and Wilson Nisha is going to put on a clinic in that final third there. Push from the back, gives it up, and it's Jadema. Got to give him credit, was able to get this ball back for Tulsa here.
Approaching just over a minute and a half here into extra time.
No time to relax for Sacramento, who desperately needing 3 points, and they want to stay in the hunt here. A great performance, 90-plus minutes from this club. No doubt the best we've seen so far. Can they hold on for another minute or so? Koska over to Kaffa, one of the most dangerous men for this Tulsa team. Cutting it off is James Kippy. James Kippy's just going to blast it upfield. And here's the speedster, Trevin Caesar. Can he get to it? And almost did, Kevin. Not many guys on this field could even get close to that ball.
And it's Serta out there as well, way out of his goal mouth.
This ball driven well, looking for Stevenson.
It's a great ball. That's a wonderful ball. Out to Stevenson. 3 minutes.
Three to 2, Sacramento. Can they hold on here for the final moments? The Tower Bridge Battalion trying to keep them into this just for a few more moments. Wilson Nisha will try to play keep away along that touchline, and Sacramento will get a throw and even more time to burn.
Rivas,
and
what are you doing, Rivas? This game's not
Victor
about...
Rivas is going to give it to Tulsa. And Paul Buckle can't believe it, and neither can the crowd here. Ugarte pulling it up. Calistri now. Tulsa still looking for one more chance at it. And that's going to be the whistle here as Rivas goes to his mouth, and that will do it. Sacramento has finally done it after 6 matches. The winless streak comes to an end. Sacramento wins big here, 3-2. They found themselves down a goal, then tied it 2, and go on to win this one by 3-2. Kevin Goldthwait, time to party here, Sacramento. What a relief, finally. U.S. Open Cup match. And then you had here this one here tonight. Sacramento with a big victory. They'll take the one on Wednesday. They'll take this one here tonight. They're trying to get this thing on a run here. We got more coming up for you behind the post-game show, highlights and more right here on the CW 31.
Energy connects us to our communities, to each other. As your community-owned electric service, SMUD is committed to clean energy and technology that's good for the environment. That's why we're championing electric vehicles. We're providing a rebate and discounted charging rate when you purchase or lease a new plug-in electric vehicle. Let's connect energy, transportation, and our community. Learn more at smud.org/drive-electric.
Murphy's Law says if you have ingredients for chaos, chaos will happen. Papa Murphy's Law says if you have a pizza made right in front of you with ingredients like scratch-made dough and fresh-grated real mozzarella, peace will reign at dinner time. Murphy's Law of, uh-oh. Papa Murphy's Law of, oh yes. Tonight, home bake a large Papa's all-meat pizza, just $10. Papa Murphy's.
3-2, Sacramento with the win, and more importantly, Kevin, 3 points. They now have 13 on the season, have catapulted themselves right back into the thick of things in the Western Conference.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty big match, big time for these guys, the Republic, to kind of really move forward and continue to gain points, and they did that tonight and got 3.
And let's take a look at our Norcal Honda highlights here. Full-time highlights, Sacramento with the possession early on. Kevin, they controlled it, but a quick counter by Juan Pablo Caffa, finding Joey Calistri, and this place went silent.
Yeah, I think that's an example of why Paul Buckle, a perfect example why Paul Buckle went to the back 4 later on in this match. But it's clearly Joey Calistri on that back post wide open. But a wonderful penetrating run by Caffa there to find Calistri.
How about this? The return from Sacramento. You loved the spark, the fight, and the resolve to continue to press on and put the pressure right back on Tulsa.
Yeah, it's so easy to kind of rest on your laurels and feel bad for yourself after that goal goes in, but they didn't do that. Sacramento stuck with it, kept going forward, stuck with the game plan, ends up getting a goal. Fortunate goal that came from a penetrating run by Harry Williams and finds a nice deflection by Danny Barrera. And a couple minutes later, once again, James Kiffey finds himself in a good spot, able to bring the ball back across the face of the goal, easily redirected in by Sammy Ochoa for that second goal to finish out that first half with a lead 2-1.
So 2-1 as they went to the break, and then Sacramento commits the penalty with a handball, bounce up off the turf, hit Julius James in the arm, and it was Juan Pablo Caffa again to be involved in a scoring play. Dominic Jacobek, though, almost got to it. A very good play from Jacobek, and then not too much later, the Republic would answer back in the 74th minute, got a corner kick. Danny Barrera again in the play, in the mix, finds Chris Christian, had a whole field in front of him, puts it right on target.
Yeah, exactly. It's just an absolutely atrocious display of defending on a set piece. We thought it was bad when the Republic with the back 4 and Julius James committing that handball. So great result for Sacramento tonight.
All right, let's take a look at our stats here, and I think the most important one, Kevin, circle it, underline it, highlight it, whatever you got to do with 3 goals
So
tonight.
let's go back to my keys of the match. What did I want? Goals.
You're a genius.
Goals.
You're
goals.
an
I wanted
genius.
3 of them, and I got 3 of them.
That's absolutely true.
And that's what it takes to win games in the USL. Is you got to score 3 goals. You're going to concede 2. But wonderful performance. And the stats, all things aside, we haven't seen the final pass total, but I bet you that's going to be a number that the Republic staff, Buckle and his staff, are going to be excited about.
Well, and Paul believes 400 or 500, and he knows that you're going to feel pretty good about your chances when you're able to connect on a high percentage of your passes, and he's felt like the team has done that time and time again. So let's take a look and talk down to our man of the match, Kevin. And I got to believe it's a man who did a lot of things here tonight that we have not seen him do in other games. He was physical. He was crashing the net. He was in plays. He was the man who set up set pieces. Number 10, Danny Brewer.
Assist and a goal, gets himself on the score sheet, and that's when, you know, Danny probably should have been on the score sheet a lot more. And no fault of his own. It's just chances weren't going his way. Guys weren't finishing his balls into the box or services from wide or set pieces. So good to see him get on the score sheet tonight. I think he did a good job of holding possession, and like he said, he was getting involved in that final third on crosses, which we don't typically see, and that's what you need your Danny Brewers to do, and he did that tonight.
So Danny Barrera, our man of the match here tonight. Well, don't forget, CW31's carrying just about every single Republic match this season. We've got another match coming up on Saturday, or excuse me, Sunday, a rare Sunday match, 2 o'clock on May 28th, Seattle Sounders 2. That's a Starfire Stadium, and then we've got the U.S. Open Cup match on the 31st, and then the games just keep coming just about every single Saturday, Kevin. So.
Yeah, it's going to get real busy here. The summer months start coming, so good for Sacramento. Plenty of games to look forward to, and plenty of games to have points on the table and points to grab.
Well, they're right back in the mix of things after 3 points here tonight. So a big victory, 3 goals on the win for Sacramento, and the Republic will win this one 3-2. I want to thank our entire crew behind the scenes. For my podcast partner, Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Have a wonderful, warm weekend here if you're in the capital city, and we appreciate you tuning in right here on the CW31 as Sacramento now with 13 points on the season. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday at 2 o'clock as the Republic take on the Sounders 2.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.